It's the nightcap. Indiana Wesleyan, the 3 seed, and the number 2 seed, the host team, the Huntington Foresters. Preston Husband, Carson Watkins. We've made it this far. The last 2 undefeated teams meeting tonight.
Yeah, this is the Crossroads League probably really wanted this matchup. Hey, get the viewers in, get the folks in the stands. This is one you really want. Huntington at their home ballpark, and Indiana Wesleyan got them for 3 this year. Huntington looking to keep that, and they're going to do it with their ace on the mound.
Yeah, Graham Collin is one of the best pitchers, if not the best starting pitcher in the Crossroads League this year. A 7-1 record in 68 innings pitched, 2.63 ERA, which leads the conference. But he's taken on a tough Wildcats offense that we saw sneak out a tough win last night against St. Francis.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that affects them, their motivation. Last night was a lot tougher than they wanted it to be, for sure. And you're going to crawl into the box here, and it's go time.
The crowd is full. You can see a lot of Indiana Wesleyan fans making the trip. But the Forester faithful is here strong as well, and we are underway. Foul ball at the plate. Lucas Gooden, potential player of the year in the conference, plays third base for the Wildcats. One of the best hitters in the entire country. Hits for average, but also hits for power. And when he gets on base, he's ready to run. The pitch, swing and a miss. Counts 0-2.
Yeah, we're going to beat into the ground, Preston, but just about everything rides on this game. A incredibly unlikely scenario has taken place. And the winner of this game gets an automatic championship, goes to the championship automatically.
Collin looking for his first strikeout against the first batter he faces. But first, Gooden taking a break at the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball lifted to center. Over on it is McCutcheon. Gray's got the best chance at it, but it's going to drop in for a leadoff single. So Gooden finds his way on. He gets down 0-2, lifts the 0-2 pitch into left field, and the first man's on for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's why he's up for Crossroads League Player of the Year. And the top candidates are on the field tonight. And that's a tough one there. You're up 0-2. You're thinking you might get a strikeout here.
Evan Salmon steps into the plate. He had a huge night offensively last night. Started the scoring for the Wildcats with a homer. Also had a 3-run double, and he stays hot at the plate as he singles through the left side, and the Wildcats are coming out swinging against the Foresters' ace, Collin. First 2 on for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they had to be aggressive. Collin needs to get those strikeouts going again. He's really good at that. He has a good pickoff move around his back. He'll have to watch out for that, but a situation Foresters did not want to be in with their ace on the mound to start this ball game off.
Ty Matthews now steps to the plate. He's the DH tonight for the Wildcats. 306 hitter on the year, 7 home runs. And as I mentioned, very dangerous base runners now who like to get off and run on the base paths. Gooden's got 37 steals on 39 attempts. This is the bunt. Coons fields it. On to first, his only play, and a nice play over there by Malat to keep his right foot on the bag. But the runners move over, and once again, Carson, a lot of small ball in this tournament, and that continues.
Yeah, we saw it there. Really good bunt, lays it down.
That'll bring up the 4-hole hitter, the cleanup man for Indiana Wesleyan. MJ Stavola steps in, 341 hitter on the year. 4 home runs, 31 knocked in. Collin right now could use a strikeout, and he's going to work from the windup.
Yeah, that'd be huge right here. You get the force out at first. Whatever you do, try to stop the bleeding there. As a lot of Forester fans' hearts just sunk as that one was rocketed down the first base line. It was foul about the entire way, but that's fair. Like you said, he's the cleanup guy. That would have clamped him up.
Second and third, 0-1 count, 1 out. Stavola looking to drive in some runs. Collin with the pitch. Outside. 1-1.
Outside corner been pretty controversial so far today. Almost every umpire's given it.
So Iwu willing to give up and out with that sack bunt. Collin's got 2 more to go. The 1-1 pitch. Lifted to center field. Should be deep enough for the runner at third to score. McCutcheon behind it. He's going to give up the run, but throw it in. At least make it somewhat close, but diving in safely at the plate. The leadoff man Gooden, and Iwu strikes first.
Yeah, that's why those leadoff hits are so important right there. That was, like you said, he made it interesting. Good contact there, out towards center.
Gooden, the true leadoff man, finds his way to third base, and the small ball tactic works here early for Indiana Wesleyan. So Collin who doesn't get hit much, gives up 1 here in the first, and he wants to really just keep it at that 1 with Jenkins stepping in.
Yep, that out was still huge. You don't want to give the run, but a huge out there.
Too high and outside. Colin, just a sophomore, local guy out of Homestead High School in Fort Wayne. Jenkins 309, the backstop for Indiana Wesleyan. Another really solid hitting catcher in this conference. The pitch, too far outside. That goes to the backstop. Maybe a play at third, but Coons is going to hold on. And making his way over to third base is Salmon. I want to apologize to his family. Was not pronouncing his name right last night. We figured out it's not like the fish. So we've got that corrected now up here in the booth, and he's obviously been a big spark for them offensively. Jenkins waits the 2-0. Breaking ball kind of fisted to the right side. Pitcher Colin makes the grab, but Indiana Wesleyan grabs the lead. It's a 1-0 start for the Wildcats. The winner of this one heads to the championship. We'll be back for the bottom of the first at Forest Glen.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Welcome back to Forest Glen Park. It's the Wildcats who push across the first run. Indiana Wesleyan, the away team here tonight. It'll be Foresters hopping up at the plate, and they will be facing another good righty for the Wildcats. Last night we saw their ace go. Tonight we see Will Eldridge go, number 43, 5-4 on the year, 4.39 ERA, 53 innings pitched, 68 walks, and maybe one number to watch, 40 walks in that 53 innings, and I should say 63 Ks. So his walk numbers could become something to watch later in this game.
Yeah, obviously not the inning Graham Collin wanted, but you can never count this Forester offense.
They will start the offense with Satchel Wilson at the plate, 358 on the year. Give you a little reminder of who's out there behind Eldridge. Gooden's at third base, Engelsman the shortstop, Roman at second, Nick Wiley at first, Colby Jones the backstop, as mentioned, Evan Salmon, Jeff Morton in center, and MJ Stavola in right.
Satchel Wilson taking over this leadoff spot. Daniel Lichty had that spot for several years.
First pitch, too low.
Graduated after, I believe, 9 years with the program.
This offense yesterday really had to work hard to come away with a win. Foresters beat MVNU 7-4, and that's a fastball on the outside corner. Wilson didn't like it, but the count's even. An outside corner has been a hot commodity with the fans and the coaches and the players. The pitch, that one's a little too far outside, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, that one would have hit a batter in the other box.
So, Carson, we talked about the winner of this game moves on to the championship game, and then they will have to get beat twice to lose the tournament. So these two sides, whoever wins this game really is in the driver's seat, as that's called a swing at the plate.
Ooh, that's pretty tough right there. Wasn't sure if he went around there. It's a really tough way to lose a strike on a low pitch like that.
Wilson, 2 hits yesterday. The pitch, breaking ball, Eldridge can't find it, and the count's 3-2.
If you're Huntington, this is what you want. Long at bats, get that pitch count out, try to get into the bullpen. They do have a pretty good bullpen down at Indiana Wesleyan, but still.
The pitch, too far outside. It's a leadoff walk, and just like Iwu started with the first man on, Huntington does the same. Really nice night here at Forest Glen Park.
It's beautiful.
It's cooled down a little bit, but still extremely warm compared to the previous weeks we've had here in Huntington, Indiana. And the hottest part of Huntington, Indiana, sometimes this year, has been guys like Ian McCutcheon at the plate. I mean, this Foresters offense has just scorched opponents. First throw over from Eldridge is not in time.
Yeah, you want to keep Satchel Wilson at bay if you can.
A lot of great base runners on this team. Most triples in the league from this offense. They're willing to swipe bags as well. The pitch. That one's too low. Ian McCutcheon with a little bit of the Soto shuffle hops out of the box.
You've compared guys to Otani and Soto today.
Ian McCutcheon waits on the 1-0, lines it to the right side. It's out of play. McCutcheon had a tough day at the plate yesterday. Struck out a couple of times, but 375 on the year, probably going to be another first-team year for Ian McCutcheon.
Yeah, I'd say so. Sometimes you have those days, especially in the tournament. Shake them off, keep going.
Eldridge, long hold. There goes Satchel Wilson. The throw is going to be nearly into center field, and Wilson's in there safely. Good backup by Engelsman. That saves a bag for his pitcher on the mound in Eldridge. And Wilson gets himself into scoring position.
I said you got to keep him at bay. Great jump. Even better jump there. Trying his best. He got all of that one, all of his frame and his vertical up. Good cutoff there. Make sure that one didn't carry him in the center.
McCutcheon's job here to move the runner over, and he's up in the count 3-1. Satchel Wilson coming into tonight, 18 of 20 on stolen base attempts, make it 19 of 21 now. His team loves to run. Ginder waits on deck. The pitch. Check swing, fouled off to the right side. The count's 3-2. McCutcheon unintentionally put that ball out of play.
Yeah, it might have been a strike anyways. Checked his swing, got some contact. Not the worst outcome.
McCutcheon, good contact guy. If he can shoot it to the right side, just move Wilson up. Huntington will have a good chance at tying the game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. McCutcheon goes down swinging, and Eldridge gets his first out here in the bottom of the first. And now he will face Langston Ginder, one of the most dangerous hitters in this lineup.
Yeah, really good pitch here. Just blew a fastball right by him. That was right down the pipe, too.
A couple times, McCutcheon looks to be right on those pitches, just coming up empty here so far in this tournament. First pitch to Ginder. He hits one softly over the top of Eldridge. This is going to be a tough play for Roman, and it's not going to be in time. An infield single for the slugger Ginder, and we know he can move because anytime he gets on base, he's a stolen base threat as well.
Absolutely. This one, that's not a hit for 98% of players. Like you said, it was going to be a tough play. He is bolting it down the line. They know it there at second. That's on the scouting report. He does everything in his power, and it was not enough.
Ginder, 33 stolen bases to go along with his 15 home runs on the year. So he obviously is what some would like to call a five-tool player. Hits for average as well. Matt Wolf now has a chance to knock in the first run for the Foresters. Breaking ball, not in the zone. 1-0.
We were talking about it during the second game. A lot of guys go up to D1, maybe come down to NAIA. Matt Wolf is one of them.
So is Langston Ginder as well. Throw over to first. Not too competitive.
Yeah, I think really, if you're Indian Wesleyan, we'll see what they do. I'd imagine Ginder's probably going to run here, try to execute a double steal. Yep, there he goes.
Big swing by Wolf. Fake throw from the catcher Jenkins. Nothing happening from Wilson at third, and now two runners in scoring position. The job becomes a little easier now from Wolf.
Yep, get it in the air.
Even a hard ground ball, it appears that IWU's willing to give up a run here to one of their infielders early in the game, other than maybe the pitcher. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball fouled off to the right side. What can't happen if you're in this spot is a strikeout. You'd love to see him put the ball in play and just give these speedy base runners a chance to score. Wolf, the big third baseman here for the Foresters. Eldridge trying to get out of trouble. Too high.
For Matt Wolf, see if you can try to get this one opposite field. Like I've said it, but that is probably the biggest right center gap I've seen all weekend.
Yeah, it's a big outfield there in center, short down the lines, of course. Eldridge's 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball nearly catches Wolf in the face, but he ducks out of the way, and the count's full. Jarrett Gray, local man, waits on deck. Matt Wolf trying to give Huntington their first run of the night. Here's the pitch. Lifted out of play. Wolf having a really good at-bat here, and Eldridge seeing that pitch count jump here early.
Really good at-bat here by Wolf, like I said. Get this pitch count up as much as you can.
Eldridge's pitch. Breaking ball out of play. So he's seen the breaking ball and the fastball. Not sure if Eldridge will be using a third pitch here tonight, but I wonder if you threw a pitch kind of right on the border, if Wolf would chase it.
Yeah, I'd imagine he will, especially he's seen all these breaking balls. If you hang one, Wolf will punish you.
Wolf fouls this towards the third base dugout. 3-2 count, runners on second and third. 1 out. Wolf having a long at bat here against Eldridge. Runners on the bases. Leadoff man Wilson on third. And Langston Ginder with the infield single stole second. 34th of the year. Pitch. Breaking ball outside corner. Down looking goes Wolf, and there's the second out. So 2/3 of the puzzle solved here by Eldridge.
Yeah, that's pretty tough right there. We'll take a look at it here on the replay.
Now batting left fielder, number 11.
It's borderline again. We've seen it all day long, though. These hitters are going to have to adjust to that zone. I mean, Eldridge is probably thinking that's the best pitch he's ever thrown, and at the plate, you're probably thinking, that's too far out. Gray kind of waves at a pitch here. Huntington still with 2 runners in scoring position. Just 2 outs now. Iwu scored a run in the top of the first. Eldridge trying to work around trouble. Here's the pitch. Softly hit off the chest of Gray, so it's a foul ball, and the count's 0-2. Huntington would kind of be kicking themselves here if they can't push across at least one of these runs.
Yeah, that'd be tough. It was a really quick top of the first, despite all the base runners. This has been a long bottom of the first.
Eldridge 1 pitch away from getting out of trouble.
See if we can get Jared Gray to chase here.
The pitch. Gray does not chase.
He thought about it.
Pretty good pitch there by Eldridge. 2 down, 2 runners on, 1-2 count. Eldridge versus Gray. The pitch. Inside, Gray does his best dance move to get out of the way, and it's 2-2. Base hit will more than likely score 2 with Ginder's speed. The pitch. Gray swings down the left field line, and it's foul.
Nice catch.
Yeah, really great play down the left field line. A lot of fans down there right now.
A lot of Huntington fans like that area.
Yeah, it's a good place to watch a game.
Seems a little dangerous, but
Got to be heads up. Here's the pitch. Gray swings to the right side. It's foul again. Down the third baseline, you see Coach Thad Frame in his first year at the top of the program. Satchel Wilson right next to him. Ginter out on second. Another long at bat for a Forrester. The pitch. Breaking ball high, and now the count's full.
yeah, if I'm Eldridge, I don't like that one too much. I thought that one probably, you kind of look at the Forrester across Gray's chest. That's probably the top of the zone. I thought it clipped it.
Really close. Here's the payoff. Gray takes low, and that's a walk, and now the bases are loaded.
Oh, boy.
So we've seen a wide outside corner, maybe not so much up and down. Either way, the Foresters have loaded it up here in the first, and Sebastian Coons has the first big opportunity here with 2 outs.
Now batting the catcher, number 20, Sebastian
Coons, an incredible hitter. Also a very good defensive catcher. 298 on the year. Eldridge working really hard. Some high-stress pitches already. Coons underneath the catcher. It bounces right back to him, and now they've got Wilson in a rundown, and the throw from the catcher's not in time. Gooden looked to apply the tag, and instead it's called safe by the third base umpire, and Huntington may have just dodged a bullet.
Yeah, Gooden's flabbergasted. He is very upset. We've seen a sportsmanship warning. I guess this is that just took the unluckiest bounce for Satchel Wilson. He notices it halfway down the line. He gets back. He probably thinks he's toast. Let's look here. He's there.
He is there,
He's
I
there.
think. I think the tag comes when Wilson was already on the bag, so looks like a good call. 1-0, lifted to left field. Coons gives this one a ride. Salmon back on it, and it's a grand slam! Sebastian Coons with the first big dagger here in this game.
Unbelievable. What a play. Satchel Wilson sets all that up. You said it. Coons had the opportunity, and he gave that one a ride. Nothing Salmon could do. He gave it his best effort, but that one was long gone. Take a look at this one. Hung a breaking ball. I said it last at bat. He was going to hang one eventually. It just goes. He tried. There was no chance there.
How about that for a first inning? The Foresters respond with a grand slam from their catcher, Sebastian Coons, a .299 hitter, and that is the biggest hit of his life so far. 4-1 lead for the Foresters. Wow, what a start for both sides, really. I mean, Iwu comes out, they throw the first punch, and that feels like an early knockout blow there. And, you know, Iwu's going to be upset because they think they get that base runner out at third.
Yeah.
You flip it on its head, and Sebastian Coons decides to go yard with the bases juiced.
Yeah, that is unreal. I mean, he was flabbergasted, like I said, at third, and he thought he had him. You can look at the replay all you want. He was there. And that's sensitive. If that call goes the other way, this inning's over. Foresters down 1-0 with the bases loaded on a Satchel Wilson gaff. But just like that, they have a 3-1 lead on that monster shot.
And think about this. Now, if you're on the Forester side, you have your ace on the mound.
Yep.
He has a 3-run lead.
Yes.
He rarely gives up runs anyways. Gave up one in the first. Sometimes that first inning's the toughest inning for a pitcher. Now, Forester's kind of in the driver's seat. Obviously, a lot of baseball left.
This is a long conversation here on the mound. Somebody throwing. There's no catcher there. It could just be taking some throws. I'm not sure. I doubt it. I mean, what's his pitch count, if you don't mind?
Yeah, we'll take a look. He's at 32 pitches already.
Yeah.
And really, Eldridge got himself in trouble by walking 2 batters this inning.
Absolutely.
Of course, the infield single by Ginder helps. But Sebastian Coons, you know, you give those extra opportunities. Last night it was Indiana Wesleyan. They scored 7 runs on 7 hits. Tonight, 4 runs on 2 hits for the Foresters.
That's just insane. I mean,
taking advantage of those base runners.
Exactly. You know, Langston, like I said, Satchel Wilson could have been, that was a toss-up play. Most players would get out on that infield single by Langston Ginder. My goodness, this one just got blown wide open here in the first.
Still lots of baseball, of course, but what an exciting first inning at Forest Glen.
You think we talk about it a lot. Momentum matters too. You know, you're the Foresters. Not the first inning you wanted. You're at your home field. You're hosting for the first time in years. You're thrilled about it, and you get all the energy. The music's playing. You're out there warming up with your guys. You feel comfortable. You go out and you don't have the best first inning, and then you get a couple good breaks there, and all of a sudden, you're up 3.
This one's lined into center field. Morton's going over on it, and he's going to run it down. Nice play by the center fielder. Iwu jumps out on top, but HU swings right back, and it's because of a big swing by Sebastian Coons. Grand slam. Bottom of the first. We head to the second. Foresters 4, Wildcats 1.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the efficient environment in which
Collins back on the mound for the Forest regular season. So the Foresters looking for a little revenge. Wiley rips it to the right side. Easy play for Malott. He'll take it himself. 1 pitch, 1 out. Pitcher's green.
Yes, that's what he'll take that certainly.
So 1 down here in the top of the second. Foresters up 4-1. If you're just tuning in, well, you've missed potentially the most exciting play in baseball, that being the grand slam. Had a triple play yesterday, a grand slam tonight. If you love baseball, Forest Glen Park is the place to be.
All right, here on FDN Sports, we appreciate everyone tuning in as always.
Got Jeff Morton, who made that nice running play at on the field, now in the batter's box, and Colin quickly jumps ahead 0-2. Just a .227 hitter. He put some good swings on baseballs last night against St. Francis. Here's the pitch. Just outside.
Nice 423 on base percentage. Sometimes it's another big debate within the baseball community, you know, the importance of batting average. It's a stat that's declined quite a bit.
Colin rips one right back off the netting. The count's 2-2.
Kind of declined a little bit, and I guess you could say, I mean, arguments, you know, sometimes you say, well, you know, you got 300 batting percentage, but if you only get on base 300% of the time, too.
Count's actually 1 ball and 2 strikes. The home plate umpire lets the scoreboard operators know to the right of us.
Now it's 2-2.
Now it's 2-2, so we're just bouncing all over the place. Colin, with that 2.63 ERA, leads the Crossroads League, and his 7 wins is also the best in that category. The pitch. Swing. Morton hits it softly. This is going to be a tough play. Ginder over. Colin on the bag, and a really nice throw there by Ginder. Sometimes with that pitcher moving towards the bag, it's hard to hit a moving target, but perfectly done there by the second baseman.
Yeah, Langston Ginder, Gold Glove second baseman. I think it's fair to say, like you said, 5 tools. Colin making a good move. Both of them moving over. You would have liked to maybe see him stay at first and not make Colin go for that just in case, but he thought he had a good read on it. You know, you sit there, and if that out doesn't happen, you kind of have to sit on it, but if the out happened, you're going to forget about it.
So your team obviously comes out, and you're Colin. You give up that 1 run. You get 4 back in the bottom. If you can have a 1-2-3 inning here, you're back in your rhythm and save some pitches and really have a chance to maybe start pulling away if you push a few more across on offense. Pitch, ripped hard to the right side. Back on it is Deckman, and off the wall. Deckman nearly makes a great play. Looking for 3 at the plate. Here comes the throw from Ginder, and not being able to make it to the bag, but luckily for him, he used the spin move, crawl move, I don't know what you even call that, and Engelsman's safe at third.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, the throw was offline. You got to go past. This was almost a top 10 play. That was so close. He took a spill. You know, he has to get up. That probably hurt a little bit. He slipped. I didn't realize that. Throw was offline. If the throw's online, he's gone by a mile, and there's nothing really he could do. You see Coons in the background kind of like, no, get back. You can't blame him. Like I said, if the throw was online, that's the easiest out of his life, but
like I said, we've seen everything this week already.
insane.
Add that one to it. It's a triple for Engelsman. Nearly a great play by Deckman. Here's the pitch. We talk about the swim move. I'm not sure what you call that.
I might have just called a huge break move.
You're right.
I hope Deckman's all right out there. That couldn't have felt good. Obviously, you have that tarp there, but behind that's just chain link fence.
Yeah, I think Deckman looks okay. He was frustrated with the fence, even though obviously it's not the fence's fault. Here's the 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Runner on third, 2 outs. Colin trying to work around a 2-out triple. A lot of offense here early. Colin trying to settle in. The 1-2 pitch. Nice job by Roman fouling that one back.
We've talked about it all day, that outside corner. He reached out for that one. That's kind of the problem. They're giving it, but really what chance do you have of hitting it?
Roman just a 195 hitter, so this is definitely a guy that Colin wants to retire with the top of the order up next. High fastball out of the zone. And, you know, this game can be turned right back in Iwoo's favor if you bring up Gooden, who's obviously one of the better hitters in the conference with 2 men on. Colin's pitch. Fastball by him. It may have been a breaking ball. Either way, Colin strikes out the bottom man, Roman, in the lineup. Let's take a look here as Colin once again gets a big strikeout. Here we are. Colin drops in that breaking ball, and it is a scoreless top of the second. We head to the bottom of the inning. 4-1, Foresters.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
So we can confirm it was a curveball by Colin that got Roman out. And, you know, that's kind of the inning that you're looking for after your team puts up 4 runs on offense. Colin not perfect in the inning with the triple in between, but a scoreless inning, and that's exactly what Coach Thad Frame wanted.
Number 5, Max Mosier.
Max Mosier will step up to 97 on the year, looking to bunt for a hit. Instead, takes an inside fastball for strike one. Mosier wears number 5. Looks like he's got the eye black rocking tonight.
Yeah. Mosier's a, you see a lot of guys now these days in the transfer portal and everything, they go their first, second year. Don't get a lot of playing time, they hit the portal. Mosier's a crystal clear case to stick around. Didn't play very much his freshman year, sophomore year was canceled. Came in some pinch hit situations these last 2 years, but has made the most of his opportunity this season as a full-time starter.
I was going to say, you saw his numbers there. He's had a really solid offensive campaign, and tonight he's the DH. Hits this one hard into left center field. That's going to be extra bases. Mosier on his way, and he will beat the throw there in time with a slide. Mosier, just like you said, making the most of his opportunity.
Yeah, not the fastest guy in the world, no problem though. He gets a hold of that one right into the gap. Nothing you can do there. Got a speedy outfield. He was booking it though. Looks like he almost might need something down on the turf. Looks like it's a little slippery tonight. Looks like he was staying up.
We've seen a couple base runners not have the best of luck so far, and this will bring up Bryce Deckman, who does appear to be okay. He went for that catch in right field, and the catcher for Indiana Wesleyan, Colby Jenkins, will go out and talk to his pitcher. So I wonder if these longer visits on the mound is kind of to let someone else get ready in the bullpen. There is a righty warming up for Indiana Wesleyan, and if that's the case, maybe Eldridge doesn't have the longest outing tonight. Remember, we saw Drew Young, their ace, go last night, and they barely snuck by St. Francis. And so tonight, the Foresters had the ability to bring in their ace, and it does look like we're going to have a pitching change.
Unreal.
So Deckman is going to be up, and there will be a new pitcher on the mound. We will wait and see who that is. Right now, the Foresters' approach at the plate, though, has been really solid, Carson. Already 3 hits, and, of course, the big swing by Coons.
Yeah, tough night there. I mean, you think about where Indiana Wesleyan was a short 20 minutes ago. Hey, 1 run, we're lighting up, one of the best pitchers in the Crossroads League. Let's keep cruising. What's that? Oh, grand slam.
Yeah, just 1 swing. We've been talking about it, how really, even if you haven't had your best stuff, you can have one of the biggest swings of your life, and Coons did that. I think we're going to take a short break, and we will come back with a new pitcher for the Wildcats. You're watching Huntington University and Indiana Wesleyan on FDN Sports. New man on the mound for the Wildcats here, a freshman out of Franklin, Ohio, went to Franklin High School. He's a freshman, 6'1", 200, right-handed starting pitcher, it appears. Most of his outings were 4 to 5 innings, even a 7-inning start earlier in the game. And so the Foresters do a really nice job to chase Will Eldridge out of this game, and now they're in a great spot offensively once again. Looking to lay down a bunt here is Bryce Deckman. And a nice day offensively yesterday. Nearly made a great play in right field just
think about that.
at the top of this inning.
He might have found himself on SportsCenter tomorrow morning.
Deckman hits it hard, but We apologize for some technical difficulties up top here in the press box, but we're still live here now at Forest Glen Park. Satchel Wilson, the leadoff man up. 2-1 count, man on second. Here's the pitch. Swing to the right side. If it's fair, it's another run, and it is. Up against the fence. Here comes the runner from second. Satchel Wilson will take second base, and it's 2 doubles in the inning, and it's a 5-1 lead for the Foresters.
You couldn't script the start better if you were the Foresters. I mean, perfect right there. Take a look at this one. Hanging breaking ball again. Those hanging breaking balls hurting everybody. Got the bounce on just fair. He's booking it too. Mosier, like I mentioned before, not the speediest guy in your field, but plenty of room for him to walk in standing up. Just like that, 4-run lead with the top of the order.
And McCutcheon up now. Satchel Wilson out on second. Dream start for the Foresters. Here's the pitch. There goes Wilson. Throw to third. Not in time. So now Wilson's 90 feet away. And McCutcheon can knock in the 6th run of the night for the Foresters here with just a fly ball. Wilson has stolen twice in both games Huntington's played so far this tournament. Absolute weapon on the base paths. Pitch. McCutcheon waves at that one. McCutcheon not necessarily having bad swings right now, but looks a little out of sorts at the plate throughout the first 2 games he's played in the tournament.
I was about to say, very uncharacteristic of him.
Here's the pitch. Ian swings and misses, and he's down for the 2nd time swinging tonight. And Wilson will have to stay on third, and we'll see what Iwoo's decision is with Ginder.
Now batting second baseman, number 3, Langston Ginder.
You're probably going to have to pitch to him.
And it looks like they will. Ginder dangerous, did have an infield single his last time. Swung at the first pitch last time, takes the first this time. He's up in the count 1-0. We'll have the graphics back on the screen here shortly. Just know it's 5-1. Bottom of the first. Ginder had a good cut there, straight back. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Langston Ginder, the man at the plate. A pretty full Forest Glen Park here tonight. The pitch. Breaking ball too low. Counts now 2-1.
Good take there by Langston Ginder.
Here's the pitch. Ginder takes again. Now the count's 3-1. And I'm thinking if you're Iwoo's coaching staff, you would think about putting Ginder on here.
Yeah, just throw it outside maybe.
See if he'll chase. The pitch. And he doesn't. And so Ginder's on first base again. And the last time he made it to first, there was also a man on third. He stole second. And then, of course, the walk to the next batter, who steps into the plate now, that being Matt Wolf. And a couple more chances here for Huntington University with runners on base. Wolf is first time up, he struck out. Jarrett Gray, the next man up, is the one that walked. So Wolf looking to put the ball in play. Ginder looks like he's going. He is. Wolf takes, and Ginder's 2nd stolen base of the night. Has 2 more in scoring position. This could potentially get not necessarily out of hand, but a few more big swings from Foresters at the plate, and they're really in control of not only this game, but the tournament.
Oh.
Matt Wolf accidentally fouls that one off.
Yeah, you have your ace on the mound if you can get up by 5-6.
And what's interesting about that, you get up that big, do you take Colin out?
That's a really tough one. Some people remember last year.
Pitch. Wolf takes in the turf.
Cam Dice went out there. It was his last game. I was unaware of this at the time until literally this morning when Ryan told me, but it was his last game. He went out there pitching. We were up against St. Francis like 13-2, and he ran out there and pitched and literally blew his arm out in his last start halfway through the inning.
Wolf takes a close one again. The count's 3-1. Yeah, so that leaves an interesting decision. Also, pitchers are kind of
creatures of habit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking to say. So, read my mind. Wants to stay on his routine, and that's another walk. So now Jarrett Gray comes up with the bases loaded. The last time the Foresters had the bases loaded, a big swing came with it. Sebastian Coons launched a grand slam and another mound visit here for Indiana Wesleyan. And right now, they're just trying to find an answer from someone on the mound.
Yeah, it's been pretty inconsistent so far. Nothing they can really do. And how large is that Satchel Wilson getting back to the third base loom right now?
I mean, that's the difference. At the end of the day, I mean, the Foresters have scored one here in this inning, but if Wilson's out, the inning ends.
Yeah.
And that's a real demoralizing way to end a pretty big rally that they had going in that first inning. Instead, he's able to slide back in safely, and you're looking at a 5-1 advantage for HU.
And Indiana Wesleyan's running out of mound visits here.
Yeah, they've been out there a couple of times. Walking back and forth from the mound to the dugout. Jarrett Gray, local man at the plate. A couple of local players, Huntington North grads, Ian McCutcheon and Jarrett Gray. 5 home runs on the year, 370 hitter. First pitch. Gray takes outside.
He'd love to be a hero here, put on for his city. Yet again, see what you can do playing for your hometown school.
Fry has missed the zone frequently here coming into this game. The pitch. Gray, a big swing on an outside fastball. Can't catch up to it. It's 1-1. Jarrett Gray, chance to blow this one wide open. Pitch. Outside, 2-1.
Caught that corner again, but it was a little too low.
Bats lefty, throws righty. Right now, he's in a big spot. The pitch. And on the inside corner that time.
That's a tough one. I think he kind of got spooked and went out of the way.
Gray waits. 2-2. Breaking ball fouled off towards the Indiana Wesleyan dugout. The count remains 2-2. If you're Fry, you really want to challenge Gray with this pitch, because if you go full, the base runners get a head start.
Yep.
Fry with the pitch. Too low, skips away. Satchel Wilson's going to try it. Dives in head first, and he's safe.
He's out.
And they called him out at home plate because of the collision, but there was absolutely nothing wrong with Satchel Wilson's slide.
Yeah, Thad Frame has to argue this. Both coaches come out. Let's take a look at it here. I don't like that one at all. He could have flipped it to his pitcher. He decides to play hero himself. He beats it by a mile.
So the reason they're calling him out is because of the contact, but it wasn't forcible contact by Wilson, as you see the replay there. And I think they're actually pointing at Jarrett Gray and saying that he was the reason Wilson's out. They're going to call it batter's interference. Either way, Indiana Wesleyan catches a break. We're going to take one with them, and it's the top of the third when we come back.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Graham Collin back on the mound. We're going to take a look at that last play there. As Satchel Wilson slid in, it looked to be safe. Watch where Jarrett Gray goes on this ball. So Gray stays in the box. I guess he doesn't quite get out of the way. Wilson was clearly safe, and I guess because Gray stayed in the box, the reason the runner is out is because Jarrett Gray didn't make an attempt to leave the box.
Yeah, he points at Jarrett Gray. I guess that's the, yeah.
So what's interesting there,
that's tough. He didn't leave the box, like you said. You think about it. He started arguing his case. Coach Frame went up there hot. He was red in the face. His players had to pull him back. Jarrett Gray was confused. I don't know if you officially have to leave the batter's box. He didn't look to interfere with the play, though. Like I said, you got to flip it to your pitcher there.
Yeah, he was never going to get the speedy Satchel Wilson. Either way, it still remains 5-1, and the other part of that is, I wonder if, how is that scored? Is Jarrett Gray technically out, or is the runner out? So now we wait to see if Gray will lead off the next inning. That's one of those weird baseball plays.
Yeah, that's you gotta go deep in the rule book. It's a subsection whatever for that one.
Yeah, we'll
two
wait
of
and
the
see.
defining plays of this game so far both involve Satchel Wilson at third base on a pass ball.
Sure have. Colin down 3-0 to the leadoff man, Lucas Gooden. He singled his first time up. Here's the pitch, right there on the corner. So I guess if you're an IWU fan, you're saying, well, Jarrett Gray was blocking the plate. If you're an HU fan, you're saying it really didn't matter. Full count. Gooden didn't like that one. Leading hitter in the conference this year. Here's the pitch. Lifted out of play to the left side. Gooden playing third base tonight. He did the same thing in yesterday's game against St. Francis. Colin with the 3-2. Lifted to the right side, hit hard. Deckman on it. Now he has to come in, and he readjusts and makes a diving grab. So made it a little tougher on himself than he needed to, but at the end of the day, you retire one of the best hitters in the league. And just a few pitches into the inning, and Graham Collin gets the out.
Yeah, not the best read on it, but he makes a great play. He'll take it.
Kind of has a laugh with his second baseman, Langston Ginder. Here's the pitch. Collin drops in a changeup. Salmon at the plate. He had a huge day offensively yesterday. He's 1 for 1 today. Takes a breaking ball outside. That .259 average you just saw on the bottom third there is not telling you the whole story, because in this tournament he's been way better than that. The 1-1. Lifted to the left side. We'll see if Gray has a play. It's going to be foul.
That's a splash.
And I'm telling you, Salmon, again, had a chance to leave the park. If he straightens that out, it would have been awfully close. Collins 1-2. Swing and a miss. So Collin getting back into a rhythm here. Gave up one in the first. Not giving any up in the second, and a good start here in the third.
Yeah, that's the start you want from Collin. Struts off the mound. He's feeling it right now. You want to keep this going, protect that lead. Obviously, a missed opportunity for the Foresters in that last inning.
Matthews up, first pitch right in there, strike one. Matthews hit a sac fly his first time up. 39 RBIs during the regular season. Big swing and a miss. Collin with 2 Ks now. He's looking for his third. 0-2, 2 outs, top of the third. Graham Collin, too low. Matthews wearing number 34. It's the away team, Indiana Wesleyan, trying to fight back against the host Foresters. Collin drops that one in too low. Count now 2-2. Matthews waits. Collins deals. Popped up right side. First baseman Malot's going to give it a look, but no chance at making a play. Count remains 2-2, 2 outs. Some already very intense moments in this one between the 2 seed Huntington Foresters and the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. 2-2 pitch. Collin delivers. That one catches the inside corner. 2 straight Ks. Collin up to 3 on the night. The ace for the Foresters. Back to dominating like he has all year long. We head to the bottom of the third. Huntington up 5-1.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, Your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa's State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Thad Frame still trying to get an explanation after Satchel Wilson was called out at home plate. Well, technically Jarrett Gray was called for interference. We think Satchel Wilson was called out because Jarrett Gray is still going to lead off this inning. So Gray was up with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I've been looking through Chapter 8 of the rule book, which is the base running chapter, and I've gone through about 6 pages already. I can't find a official explanation.
Carson Watkins, big fan of Chavez, big fan of baseball, big fan of stats. I mean, he does it all.
Rules. I do love Salsa Grill.
I'm hearing you used to like Salsa Grill.
I still love Salsa Grill.
One of the FDN Sports sponsors this year for
Absolutely.
basketball. That was always fun.
Yes.
Gray launches this one out of play.
Salsa Grill Monday is like my favorite time of the week.
Well, I don't know what to say to that, really. I mean, Salsa Grill is pretty good. So now the head man for Indiana Wesleyan wants an explanation to why Gray's up at the plate, because he thought Gray was the man that should be out.
Exactly. This is
So to be clear with everyone, no one knows what's going on.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out. I really
Yeah.
am.
We'll get an explanation at some point. Maybe if Huntington or Indiana Wesleyan playing on Monday, we'll get to tell you again. Breaking ball outside. Count 1, 2, and 1.
Page 85, collision rule. I think I might have found it.
Okay. You let us know.
I'll see what I can find.
Sure, we've got some anxious viewers wondering. Swing hit hard, and that's going to be just foul. Jarrett Gray misses a double by about 4 feet, and the count's still 2-2.
So here's the good thing.
Okay.
Penalty if the contact is flagrant or malicious after the runner touches the base, the runner is safe but will be ejected from the contest. So they're not going to call. So that confirms it wasn't on Satchel Wilson.
Okay, good. This one's hit hard to the left side. Nice backhand by the shortstop, Engelsman, and he throws out Gray getting down the line. So 1 up, 1 down, and that's a good start for Evan Fry because Indiana Wesleyan has struggled on the mound here getting Forrester batters out.
Yeah, like you said, just a great pick there. Kind of goes for it, gets it behind the wrist, and across the field. Gray was booking it, but just a little bit late.
That'll bring up Sebastian Coons, and if you were tuned in here in the first inning, he launched a grand slam with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. First pitch too low. Coons came into the night a .298 hitter. He had 6 home runs. He now has 7 and 43 runs knocked in. The catcher ready for his second at bat, takes one too high, and he's way up in the count 2-0. Fry pitches. That one on the outside corner, 2-1 count. Fry sets at the chest. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Now 2 straight in that spot. Evens up the count at 2-2.
There it is again.
The pitch. Swing and a foul ball. Just getting a piece was Coons. That's kind of got to be your approach with 2 strikes, though. I mean, Fry is clearly out there to give some length for this Indiana Wesleyan side, being a starting pitcher most of the year. And Coons making him work a little extra. The pitch. This one's a little short, and the count is full.
Yeah, certainly not what they were expecting. They were looking for some length out of the starter. We're expected to go to the bullpen in the second. That's the way the cookie crumbles. They got to battle back now.
The pitch. Hit hard to the right side, right at Roman. He handles it, throws it over, and the first 2 are retired here. That's Nick Wiley over at first. And that was the first chance for Roman, and a pretty easy one there. And, you know, right now, Evan Fry kind of in a better rhythm himself.
Yeah, feeling pretty good right now. That was a difficult situation to come into. Obviously, that got a huge break on that pass ball.
Here's the pitch. Malott at the plate.
That was an oddity. Took a bounce and hit the glove and kind of ricocheted back and hit.
That is not a hit by pitch.
Malott in the...
We know that from the rules.
Yes, that's an easy one. don't have to dig too deep for that one.
We'll take all the easy ones we can get after what we've seen tonight. You guys had a pitch clock violation earlier in the day. We had a couple of balks.
Yep.
We just had that play there. Big swing and the miss from Malott. So when baseball gives you the easy ones, you take them.
Absolutely.
Fry waits. Now the 1-2. Malott takes on the outside, but it's too far out.
Yeah, umpire's not going to like that one. The entire infield was going in.
Colby Jenkins was halfway to the dugout and has to retreat.
Umpire's not going to like that one. Your zone just got a little shorter there, bud.
Here's the pitch. That one's definitely not a strike. And the count's 3-2. The pitch. Malott lifts one to the right side, and it will make its way out of play. Just barely, but it did. So the count remains 3-2. You know, thinking about last week and the weather we had, you wouldn't imagine seeing fans in short sleeves on a night game. First day of May, we had snow. The pitch. Malott takes, that one's outside as well, and Malott finds his way on.
Yeah, it's really tough for the Wildcats. They thought they were out of the inning, and just like that, they got to keep going.
And that'll bring up Max Mosier. His first time up, he lined a double into the left center field gap. Talked about someone who really had to work hard to get this opportunity. And now he's taken his best shot, and he's off to a good start tonight. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Coach Thad Frame yelling out some instructions to his base runner and hitter. I don't think anything would be on here, but you never know. The pitch. Outside, good play by Wiley, and just putting his foot back on the bag in time was Malott. Wasn't interested in diving back. I always hated that, diving back into the bag.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
Mosier waits. Here's the 1-1. Mosier swings and fouls it back. The count's 1-2.
I didn't play long enough to master that. I was always a feet first guy.
Yeah, I just hate diving back in the bag. You get dirt in places that you should never have dirt, and it's just really frustrating.
That's why you play on turf now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I was going to say, you get the little turf pebbles in there. Swing, hit hard to the right side, and a tough bounce, and that's going to be an error on the second baseman, and that puts runners on first and second for the Foresters. So another chance for Roman this time. I think it took a little bit of a hop on him. We'll see on this replay. A tough play either way because that ball was hit hard. Kind of see it skip back to the right there. I guess the left if you're watching on the screen. Yeah, that made it a tough play, but it is an error.
Yes, it will go as the first error of the game. Mosier was booking it down the line. Bryce Deckman now another chance. 20 RBIs on the season. Hits for average.
Here's the pitch. Lifted out of play. We'll have a lot more baseball again tomorrow, Carson, won't we?
Oh, it just won't stop coming.
I know. 3 more games tomorrow, and then we will know tomorrow night who the 2 teams are in the championship.
Oh, what could be better than this?
Which will be on Monday. The pitch. Jackman, another block there by Jenkins. I called him Wiley earlier. We had a Wiley and a Riley in the previous game.
When you're here all day, it's a little rough.
You guys know what I'm talking about. It's Colby Jenkins. Really good catcher for Indiana Wesleyan. Evan Fry sets. Here's the pitch. Lifted out of play. Even though Jenkins does give it a look. You know, you're right, Carson. A lot of these Foresters fans decide to hang out down that left field line. If it's warm out, some of those picnic tables have a HU umbrella you can pop up. And right now the sun obviously not an issue, but that seems to be the hot spot here.
Yeah, when I was a student, I used to come down here when it was empty and do homework every once in a while.
Deckman hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded now, and that flips the lineup for the Foresters.
Satchel Wilson coming up in a big spot again. This is the Satchel Wilson game.
I was going to say, he's been in the middle of everything, and that one hit Deckman in the middle of the shoulder. At least it's a breaking ball.
Yeah, breaking ball that never broke.
No ill intent, of course. Doesn't want to load the bases with the 358 hitter stepping up.
Even how high tensions are probably right now between the coaches, you certainly don't want to try to hit anybody.
That one's outside.
That's I mentioned it earlier. Indiana Wesleyan walked off the mound what seems forever ago now, and they thought they threw a strike, and it wasn't. That one was called in the first.
Yeah, Carson, that's spot on. It's a big pitch now. Here it is, 1-0, outside. So Wilson's been on twice. He's walked. He's doubled down the right field line for an RBI, and he scored 2 runs. So the ultimate leadoff man here tonight for the Foresters.
Yeah, coming up in a big spot here.
Bases loaded. The pitch. Swung, hit hard. Shortstop Engelsman has it. He'll go the short way to second. Roman on the bag, and now the side is retired. Huntington threatens in the bottom of the third. Load the bases up, but they leave 3 on base. Satchel Wilson in the middle of everything right now, and we will send you to a break. Top of the 4th when we come back.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
5-1. The home team on the scoreboard tonight is the host team, the Huntington Foresters. They put 4 up on the Sebastian Kuhn's grand slam in the first, and since then they've added 1 more in the bottom of the second. What a camera shot and great work by our crew tonight. As you notice on that scoreboard, 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Foresters. It's been 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Wildcats. Stavola steps up. He's the right fielder tonight. Colin back on the mound. Needs another quick one. Gets first pitch strike on a foul ball.
Yeah, he'd love a quick. He'd adore another quick one here.
MJ Stavola on the year, 341 hitter, 4 long balls. Takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. Similar to the HU and Taylor lineup, this Indiana Wesleyan lineup's very deep. The pitch, swung, hit to the left side. Long throw for Wilson, sets his feet and makes it on time. Wilson and Malott working together to connect for a 6-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down for Colin again.
Yeah, really like that play from Satchel. He's improved on that a lot. Last year he was having a little bit of trouble. He made former first baseman Owen Young work quite hard over there. That one right in the chest. That's what you want to see, first baseman. They know how to stretch. They probably enjoy it a little bit, but I think they'd also like just one in the chest, make it really easy on him.
Colby Jenkins, the catcher, ducks out of the way of the first pitch from Colin. So 1 down here in the top of the 4th. Colby Jenkins, another really solid offensive catcher, as we mentioned, right at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. He was in the middle of that controversial call at home plate with Satchel Wilson. Glad to see he's all right, though, because he did take a pretty big hit from Wilson.
I think it was helmet no hit.
Outside corner for Colin. That velocity is pretty good out there from Colin.
Absolutely. It's fooling the Wildcats right now.
Colin looking for another K. He's got 3 of them. Hit hard up the middle. That one's going to split the gap. The catcher for Iwoo's going to make his way into second base with a stand-up double and a great piece of hitting there from Jenkins with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's huge right there. He's standing on the double play, get a runner in scoring position. That one just goes right down the pipe. Not too hard to get a hold of that one. Drops down right where you want it to. No one can really make a play on it. McCutcheon gets out there. He's a terrific defensive center fielder, but not much you can do on that one.
I always thought it was so cool. Watch the catchers. They get to hit a double, celebrate it, and then they get to head back to the dugout as Jake Thompson takes over for the catcher out on second base. That courtesy runner saves catcher their knees, their legs,
time.
Right now, their time, yeah. I mean, that's the most important part of baseball right now, speeding the game up, and it definitely does that. First pitch here. Colin too far outside. Nick Wiley, his first time up, hit a little ground ball to the first baseman, Malott. It was 3 unassisted. Few arms and legs getting ready out in the bullpen for Huntington, just in case. Good pitch there. Throw from the catcher. Sebastian Coons almost took out his pitcher, Colin.
Yeah, tried to pull a little sneaky move there. You might want to let Colin know somehow, non-verbally, obviously, if you're going to try that. Don't want to lose your ace on an errant throw. Colin would need a huge strikeout here. He's really looking for one. At least, or keep something in the infield would be the ideal situation.
I think that Colin will forgive Coons since he gave him a big advantage there in that first inning. But
yeah, I understand you hit me in the head, but thanks for the grand slam.
Yeah, exactly. At least I'm in line for the win, you know.
Only one loss on the year for Colin.
It's amazing. Here's his 2-1. Breaking ball lifted straight up in the air. We'll see who takes it. It sounds like Satchel Wilson, and he'll do just that. Good communication there by the Forester shortstop. And now there's 2 down here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, that's one you really want right there. You're able to take a really good rip at that one. It flies in the air. Now you got 2 outs. You just get the runner at first or a strikeout. If you keep this one in the infield, if it's in the outfield, that does spell trouble, though.
Jeff Morton steps up.
If it's a liner.
He grounded out to Malott, who fed it to the pitcher, Colin, last time. It was a good play. 2 outs, top of the 4th, the pitch. Big swing and a miss. You saw the stats from Morton. He's got a little power, double-digit home run number on the year. And that short porch to right, awfully attractive to left-hitting batters. Left-handed batters, we'll go with that. As Morton puts it out of play. Eventually, you run out of things to say after talking about 3 baseball games, you know?
Yeah.
Start making up your own words. Colin, 0-2 here to Morton. 3 Ks looking for number 4. Here's the pitch. Another good at-bat by Morton as he slaps it out of bounds. See what I'm saying? Like, we're just all over the place. Out of the park. I promise I know what I'm talking about a little bit.
It's like when it was like my earlier stories. I just have those nights like I forgot which team was playing. And
man, out of play. Colin tries to get out of the 4th. The pitch lifted to the left side. Jarrett Gray has a beat on it. Takes a few step back, camps under it, and makes the play. So nothing hurt. 1 base runner on for Indiana Wesleyan after the double. The Foresters still hold on to their 4-run lead. 5-1. We head to the bottom of the 4th.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Great night for baseball. Great night to dance with somebody. And right now, it's Carson and I trying to dance around different language I'm speaking up here, I guess. Trying to get back in that rhythm up here as well. And right now, it's been Colin on the mound who has found his rhythm.
yeah, I think I'm going to have to call your wife and see if she can issue me a Preston husband dictionary.
Yeah, I know.
See where you're going.
I don't know what's going on. You know, people do say people from Huntington may speak a different language. So I guess I get the pass, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fry still on the mound, McCutcheon at the plate. The pitch. You know, that's a common topic in our house is Ian McCutcheon's numbers are shown on the board.
I thought you were about to say the common conversation was Ian McCutcheon's numbers.
Well, no, but we talk about whether it's a sweeper or a vacuum. I don't know if that's something you've heard.
It's a vacuum.
All right.
A sweeper's a broom.
That's the end of that conversation for me. Here's the 1-1. I always have called it a sweeper.
Okay. No, I call a sweeper like a broom.
Okay. I call a broom a broom.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right. Well, the 2-1 pitch outside, and now Ian McCutcheon's up in the count 3-1.
So is it just like, honey, go get the broom, get the sweeper? No, I'm getting the vacuum.
Exactly.
All
We
right.
just never know. The pitch outside, and Ian McCutcheon finds his way on.
Yeah, he'll take that. Back-to-back strikeouts, gets ahead in this count. Now he's going to lead out to a couple dangerous hitters, including Langston Ginder right here.
And Langston Ginder and Ian McCutcheon are really close off the field.
Yes.
I mean, they get along extremely well, and that has something to do with both of them being fifth-year seniors, using that COVID year that Ryan was talking about in a couple of broadcasts. And they're using it well because they're two of the best players in this conference right now. Here's the pitch from Fry. Inside, Ginder dodging that pitch.
Yeah, another fairly controversial topic. Well, it's just such a tough situation. These guys lost a year, but you have freshmen coming in, and how much were they really going to play anyways? It's just scholarship money. It's really, really tricky.
Yeah, that's definitely been a hot topic.
Also for the guys, you got to pay for a master's degree that you might not even finish just to play the other year, and
Exactly.
it's really tough.
And I think we're going to see it.
It's gonna plateau.
We're going to
real
see
quick.
it with, I believe, Zach Goodline on the basketball team. I believe he's coming back.
That's a rumor on the street.
Yeah, rumor on the street. I guess you're
No,
getting
no official
the
confirmation yet.
HU basketball insider here. Don't quote me.
Adrian Wojnarowski of Huntington basketball.
I don't know about that. Here's the 3-0 to Ginder. And he is swinging 3-0. Green
Cool.
light, and it's out of play.
That's a tough one there. Not sure how I feel about that one. Couldn't even really pinpoint the pitch if it even was a ball or not. But I think you just take that one there and live to see another pitch. That's a really tough one though.
Ginder's still in the driver's seat, as he has been all year. And McCutcheon's picked off of first base. McCutcheon leaning the wrong way, and Fry uses a throw over to first to collect an easy out.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt for McCutcheon. He's had trouble this tournament, and you get on base finally. You're trying to make an impact, and he's toast.
Yeah, there was really no coming back from that.
Only one
As
out though.
Ginder still has a chance, and he's going to walk.
Yeah, it's really tough. You get thrown out on that. You've lost a run in scoring position. There's still only one out. Matt Wolf can drive one possibly, but
So Matt Wolf steps up. He's 0 for 1. He struck out, and he's also been on via the walk.
Now batting third
7
baseman,
home runs,
number
38
22,
RBIs. By the
Wolf.
way, my wife commented and said she wants you to know it is vacuum.
yes. I appreciate that.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball too low. Count is 1-0. All kind of conversations today. That's what's fun about this, you know.
Absolutely.
Baseball, slower sport rather than basketball. You kind of got to be on your toes at every single moment. But, it's nice to have conversations. I'm learning more about you. I obviously haven't talked to you much before this.
Yeah.
And I guess the viewers are also taking it in, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, it's been tough. I was just saying they're probably like, "Will this nerd stop reading the rule book, please, and just call it a game?" But yeah, it's been nice. I mean, obviously you listened to Ryan and I a little bit, and we got to listen to you this season. Now we can finally all gather up and talk. It's been a lot of fun, Preston.
Yeah, it's been like a three-man team rotating through the broadcast booth. I had to do one game by myself, and I thought my vocal cords were going to fall out after that one. It's just a long game, and obviously just trying to bring some entertainment value as well.
Yeah, I do a lot of high school games solo, and it's pretty tough. I've done basketball mostly, but even a solo basketball, especially high school games, that
Yeah.
can get out of hand oftentimes.
For
It's
sure.
really tough.
For sure.
So I commend you for that.
Yep, it's a lot of fun.
You had a nice rotation, though, for basketball season. A lot of alum coming back.
Yeah, I also had barely the same partner, which was kind of tough to build rapport. But I did have Bryce Lippy
I was about to
slide in a
say.
few times. and
Yeah.
It's amazing that he is so good at what he does. I tell him that every time I talk to him.
It's amazing. Read, I don't know if you read Ryan's article in the Bluffton
I
News
did.
Banner.
That
yeah.
was very cool.
Yeah, if you haven't, go check that out. Ryan's Twitter page is Ryan Walker HU. Go check it out. Really great article. And
Yeah.
you think about Bryce. I mean, above all else, he's just a really great guy.
He sure is.
Love talking to him.
Another throw over and another close play as Ginder dives back in. Ginder's already stolen 2 bases tonight.
It doesn't have Satchel Wilson on third to bail him out this time. So
No,
we'll
he
see.
does not. But he still may go. He's got a really good track record on the base paths. 2-0 pitch, good pitch for Wolf to get ready to take a big swing, but Ginder is diving back into the bag. Before the game, Ginder had 33 stolen bases. He's now up to 35, and he's only been caught 4 times.
It's funny, Ryan likes to have some fun with me, and obviously I try to give it back whenever I can. But last year we took a class together. There's only like 2 or 3 classes we were able to take in our time here. Obviously we spent probably way too much time together on buses and at games, but and recording podcasts. But only like 3 classes we took together, and I walked up to give a presentation. And he said, he goes, I'm coming up to present the second best commentator at Huntington University. And I said, hey, Bryce Lippy's first, so you just demoted yourself to third.
That is hilarious. I'm glad that you guys have that back and forth. That obviously makes it more of a fun listen as well. But nothing's really fun right now for Indiana Wesleyan because they're going to be heading to their 3rd pitcher of the night. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and tell you who the reliever is for the Wildcats. Huntington threatening again in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back on FDN Sports.
Visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Welcome back to Forest Glen Park, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Wildcats. His name is Caleb Olson, making another appearance on the mound. And right now, Indiana Wesleyan has to find someone that's going to get consistent outs and stay in this ballgame. They're still within slam range, so definitely not too out of control. Olson's a 6'2" sophomore out of Indianapolis, Indiana. As a freshman last year, he made 7 appearances on the mound, 20 innings, a 5.66 ERA. But let's talk about his sophomore year, which is this year, much better. 32 2/3 inning. He is 2-0 with a 3.86 ERA. So a really nice sophomore campaign for him. As right now, it's just been all Foresters in this game. 5-1 lead. And Indiana Wesleyan just kind of trying to find someone who can get out there on the mound and stop the offensive pressure that Huntington continues to apply. See that crowd behind home plate. As I mentioned, a lot of red from IWU here tonight. Just a short trip down the road, 45 minutes or so. And we are ready to roll. Olson will step in the box. It'll be Huntington native Jarrett Gray stepping back up. Gray on the night, 0 for 1. And, of course, he was a part of that interesting play we had at home plate. 370 hitter, 5 home runs, 5 runs knocked in. 51 runs knocked in. First pitch from Olson to Gray. Down too low. So just so you know, if you're just checking in, not saying it will get there, but if it were to get there, there's no run rule tonight. We figured that out in the last game. So we're here until 9 innings are complete, or at least 8.5. Here's the pitch. Gray lifts one to the left side. This should stay in play, and it's going to. Shortstop Engelsman, infield fly rule is called. He'll make the catch anyways, and there's 2 down.
Jared Gray thought he had one to give a ride there. Got under it a little bit, just went straight up in the air.
I think the infield fly rule is one that so many people don't understand. I feel like I'm always trying to explain that. And it really is just there to protect base runners from being left out to dry, really, and an easy double play being turned by the defense. So it saves the base runners. Here's the pitch. Outside. Obviously, infield fly rule not in effect with 2 outs, as Sebastian Coons, tonight's hero so far. His season numbers before tonight, He's got that one home run. That was a grand slam, and right now that's the difference. Here's the pitch. Too low. Ginder still out on second. Matt Wolf over at first. Ginder's speed will allow him to score on a base hit if Coons can punch one into the grass. Olson steps off and chases Ginder back. Here it is a turf infield, but it turns into a grass outfield. So a little different than some fields. I believe Taylor's the same way.
Yes.
Yep. Here's the 2-0. Outside, and it's 3-0.
It makes the March games really interesting because the infield looks like a well-manicured perfect, and the outfield's just like cardboard.
And you know that makes Mike Frame mad because he loves the beautiful baseball field. And obviously has it looking pretty stinking good this week.
Absolutely.
Here's the 3-0. Outside, and that will load the bases up.
It's like my dad and probably a lot of other people's dads. Like, you really got your yard has to be perfect.
Absolutely. Malat now gets a chance. I didn't realize how important it was to have a perfect yard until I got my own house, and now it's like, we got to mow.
Yep.
Make this thing look nice, you know?
Yep.
Especially if your neighbor has a really nice yard, which mine does. It's like, I got to keep up, you know?
Yep.
It's like a pride thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there used to be a competition back in my neighborhood.
That's hilarious.
Water bill was pretty high for there for a few years.
So Malat steps up with the bases loaded. This is the third time the Foresters have had the bases loaded here tonight.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. 9 home runs on the year from a lot. 4 RBIs. He'd like to add a few more RBIs here.
Any kind of base hit at least scores 2. Here's the pitch from Olson. Malat sits on a hanger.
Even 1 might be huge. You can keep the bases loaded, keep the energy up. Seems like a little bit of a climax there at the Grand Slam. And the energy's kind of plateaued since then. So if you can get the energy back up, get the momentum towards you again.
Malat waits. And here's Olson's 0-1. Right down the middle, maybe the inside corner.
Yeah, inside corner, really tough one to take there on 0-1. Now you got to protect.
0-2 count. Olson has a chance to get out of this inning with no runs. That might give some momentum to Iwu. Malat trying to break it open. The decision pitch. Here it comes. Breaking ball, strikeout, and Malat goes down swinging. Olson with some big outs to end the inning. He comes in and he shuts down the rally. Huntington still on top, but Olson maybe giving Iwu a chance. Into the top of the 5th we go.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Hello and welcome back to Forest Glen Park. We have reached the 5th inning, almost halfway through this ultra important game for both of these sides. And Collins still on the mound. He delivers. First pitch too low. Engelsman at the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the night. 237 hitter. And here's the 1-0 pitch. In there, hit hard, left side, Matt Wolf there. Throw across and perfect to retire Engelsman. We've seen some really hard hit balls and some nice plays by infielders all week long, Carson.
Yeah, like they said, that's the hot corner right there. Really hard hit ball there. Wolf makes a great play on it. Has time, gets it over right in the chest.
Matt Wolf is as solid as they come at third base. Roman steps up now. 0 for 1 with a K. The pitch. again to third, but foul.
Man, Wolf doing some work in the off season too. Dropped a couple pounds, looking good out there.
Maybe I should talk to him after the game. I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
Preston, come on.
Luke Roman down 0-1.
You don't have to be. We can be insecure off the broadcast, not so much on it.
Hey, we're not on camera. So.
Good point. Good point.
0-1 pitch. Just missed. 1-1.
Yeah, Wolf played at Air Force. Was unfortunately supposed to go to Kentucky. Got injured, but now he's here. He's found a home here. Really likes it here.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that for the Foresters. Ginder up the middle. Tough play. Going to have to make the throw, and it's just in time. Really nice play again. We were talking about that infield defense, and Langston Ginder shows off the arm on the backhand.
5-tool player, like you said. That's one really good pick on the backside. He was bolting down, and he good call there by the umpire at first.
So 2 ground ball outs. We all know that Collins obviously very capable of striking batters out, but you almost prefer him to get these quick outs. First pitch to the leadoff man, Gooden, just outside. Gooden, his last time up, hit a really hard line drive, and Deckman was fooled on it, but made the diving grab. Collins pitch. Bottom of the zone. Gooden 1 for 2. His first time up, he singled to the left side. Iwu dugout letting the home plate umpire know they were not a fan of that one. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Something Gooden does not do a whole lot of.
Sorry, I'm going to have to use another White Sox reference here, but you look at a guy like Dylan Cease. He's been kind of the poster boy. He walks a lot of batters, but then he just induces ground balls the next at bat. That's kind of been his strong suit.
Colin has to step off there. Dylan Cease is pretty stinking good.
He's pretty solid. Really enjoy. He's fun. That's a must watch every 5 days.
Colin with the 1-2. Just missed. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Coons has a visit to the mound. Little trash talk behind the scenes here. Some of our folks in the back, such as our producer Dylan Herring, he's doing a fine job, but just letting my partner know that he would take Garrett Cole over Dylan Cease any day.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair.
I mean,
truth be told.
Garrett Cole's probably a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. The pitch swung and popped up to the left side. Gray in on it, under it, catches it. So the side is retired again by Colin in a 1-2-3 order. Gray makes the catch. Foresters with the lead. Halfway through, 5-1, HU.
The owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean, efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Back at Forest Glen Park, 5-1 advantage for the Foresters here at home, and those two guys probably not happy about that at the moment as Olson's back out on the mound. They're wearing their Indiana Wesleyan red. And, you know, we had another guy down the line there earlier in the day. That's a hot spot, I guess. I don't know if they snuck in and maybe didn't pay, but.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. There's a trail back there. There's a trail back there, and there's a little path down. I've used it several times.
I'm just saying, we might need security to go out there and check on those guys. I'm sure they're not that upset about it.
Call Officer Cochran.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do
Maybe.
that. They took the treacherous path. If that's the case, they could have just
say.
sat up there.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough to get up and down there.
Stay on the side. Olson, first pitch to Mosier, right in there for a strike.
And for the Foresters, they've really got to start capitalizing. They had the Grand Slam. If they don't have that, it's a 1-1 game.
Exactly. Or even if that call goes against them in the first inning, it's a 1-1 game. Here's the pitch. Mosier takes too low.
So you have 4 runs out of the 3 times you've had the bases juiced. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, you got to find a way to start putting more runs across if you're getting that many runners on. Mosier was on one of the times he's been up as he takes the second strike there on the inside corner. He hit a double in his first AB, and he hit it really hard to left center. But now he's facing Olson, who got a big out in the bottom of the 4th. Breaking ball down low, blocked behind the plate. Jenkins done a nice job there tonight defensively. Two-two pitch from Olson. And that time, Jenkins unable to catch it. It may have been a strike. It was awfully close.
Yeah, he would have had to frame it pretty good. He didn't have the chance to frame it.
You look at Indiana Wesleyan tonight. They started Will Eldridge. He did not make it out of the second. Then they went to Evan Fry, and now they're on to Olson, who's only got 1 out against 1 batter faced, and he misses the inside corner again. And that's a leadoff walk, and as you can see, Colby Jenkins did not agree with that one.
Yeah, it's a tough one there. That one's been a hot zone for strikes today, both sides of the box.
Now batting right fielder, number 1.
So the Indiana Wesleyan coaching staff having another conversation with the home plate umpire.
He's getting it. He's getting it from everybody tonight. He's maintaining professionalism. I really appreciate that.
I've always heard if you're getting yelled at by both sides, you're doing a good job. As Deckman tries to put down a bunt, and that just nearly goes foul. And swatting it away was Jenkins, and he's going to leave it back there. Just a little frustration being shown. And sometimes in these games, you have to keep your composure and stay locked in.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't really appreciate that. That was pretty. I mean, if it's fair, you just put your team in a really brutal position. Deckman, it goes foul. I mean, if he calls that fair, you have a runner on third.
Yeah, and you're already upset with the umpire. I don't think you want to give him any more reasons to maybe pinch the strike zone. The 0-1 pitch, another bunt from Deckman, and it looks like he was hit by the pitch. So Deckman's going to find his way on.
Here comes
and
the
first
skipper.
2 are on, and once again, Jenkins is upset with the call.
Yeah, he's on thin ice right now. Let's take a look at this one here. Hit his knee. I mean, he pulled back. I don't know what more you want.
Yeah, I think that Jenkins was telling his head coach that maybe Deckman snuck that knee into the path of the ball, but to me, it looked like he stayed in the box and didn't really put himself in the way. And everyone wants to yell and shout at Little League games that, you know, he needs to try to get out of the way, but that's not the case. You can't try to get in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really tough. I mean, yeah, you got to be careful if you're Indiana Wesleyan. Obviously, I think that Frame has had the biggest explosion of the night on that Satchel Wilson play at home, but he's been pretty quiet in that dugout since then. Indiana Wesleyan becoming incredibly frustrated. Like you said, that zone might tighten up, and another hit by pitch.
Well, that one's not going to be in question. That was quite obvious that Wilson got plunked there, and now the bases are loaded.
If you're Ian McCutcheon, it hasn't been a good tournament. Now's the time to turn it on.
Yep, you can turn everything around right here, and Huntington really needs to come away with at least one. That was a breaking ball, so once again, obviously Olson not going at the Huntington hitters, but Wilson's on for the 3rd time in 3 tries.
Yeah, if that wasn't a breaking ball, you might have seen him ejected. I mean, if it looked like he was just throwing it right at him, he could have been the end of the game, if not the end of the skipper's game as well.
Pitch, McCutcheon lifts it to the right side, and it just avoids one of our light poles here in Forest Glen Park.
Ricochet off the light pole's a statistical anomaly.
Yeah, we saw that one earlier.
Yeah,
today, I think.
I know. Like you said it, we've seen everything at this tournament.
You guys wouldn't believe it. Here's the 0-1. Hit to the left side, foul. Thad Frame dodging out of the way. Give him a glove.
That'd be this will make a great book. The 2023 Crossroads League tournament, the tournament that had everything.
I was gonna say this has been awfully fun. As we said, we've seen great defensive plays. We've seen maybe some bloopers.
triple plays,
We've seen
grand
triple
slams.
plays, yeah, grand slams, a weird play at the plate, pitch clock violation that we didn't even know existed in NAIA. McCutcheon with the chance, just outside. Doesn't it kind of look like he does a little Soto shuffle
just a
anytime
little
he
bit.
takes, you know?
Just a little bit.
Believe it or not, Juan Soto's not much older than Ian McCutcheon.
No. Yeah, that was a gray hair moment for me. I remember watching the World Series with 2019. They're like, oh, this kid's only 19, and I was 20.
McCutcheon hits it hard, straight up the middle. This could be two. Engelsman with the pick over to Roman and in time to Wiley. So McCutcheon will not get an RBI, but he does knock a run in. And a really nice play by Engelsman.
Yeah, he'll take it. I mean, like I said, really good play by Engelsman. Even had to read it past the umpire, and he did. Would have liked to see McCutcheon run through that one, but he didn't do it. But I said you got to capitalize any way possible. If you get one run there, obviously I'm not expecting a grand slam every time you load the bases. Would be nice, but once again, statistical anomaly, not going to happen.
Yep, so on a double play ball, if you're watching at home, the base is loaded there, you knock in a run, but you do not get the RBI because you cost your team 2 outs.
Yeah.
So just how it's scored. Feels unlucky because McCutcheon really hit that hard.
Especially, I mean, it might be even unluckier for Indiana Wesleyan because that umpire is not there. You're possibly have a play at the plate.
You're right. It was hit so hard that you really could have a play. Engelsman made a great play on it.
They'll take the
Ginder
two,
has
though.
not gotten a whole lot of pitches to hit. He accidentally puts this one in play. The pitcher, Olsen, throws it down the right field line, and the Foresters are gifted another run.
Yeah, they'll take that one. I mean, I said it in the first game I've been here. Sometimes in these tournaments, you just got to catch a break. He catches one here. Like you said, that was a check swing all the way. He would have went around. That's just tough play right there. You got to be a little bit more aware than that. Like I said, they're getting frustrated. I think his head's not in the game right now, Preston. That's the easiest play you're going to get all night. Ginder's not booking it down the line. He's accepted defeat. He's ready to go back on defense, and you do that, and you keep this inning alive. Keep this pitch count going on an already depleted bullpen. Add another run. Now you're down 6. That is a costly, costly mistake for your second error of the night.
And we saw Taylor make a huge mistake with their pitcher, costing them 2 runs in that 10th inning, and Spring Arbor ended up being the first of Taylor's losses. They got beat again today. And
Yeah.
so sometimes you see that, though. You see a pitcher make a pretty easy play, and that adjustment from stepping off the mound down to level ground kind of throws their eyes off, and sometimes it throws the throw off. 0-2. Ginder off and going, looking for his 3rd steal of the night, and this time he's thrown out. A perfect throw by Jenkins. Roman there to apply the tag. Ginder's caught only for the 5th time this season, but the Foresters add 2 more. Jenkins helping out Olsen, getting the Wildcats out of trouble, but right now they need some offense. We'll be back for the top of the 6th.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back at Forest Glen Park, 7-1. The Foresters put 4 up in the first after Indiana Wesleyan took their only lead of the night. It was 1-0, then 4-1. Now it is 7-1 after the Foresters put up 2 more in the bottom of the 5th. And I missed one, but add 1 more in the bottom of the 2nd for the Foresters. Collin to Salmon. Popped straight up in the air. We'll see who takes charge. It looks like Wolf. He's underneath it. Now backs up and makes the grab. And a 1-pitch out for Collin on the mound.
Yeah, that's the second time he's gotten a 1-pitch, one out in this game. He really appreciates that. A couple guys up in the bullpen running around, loosening their arms, but they're going to get length out of him. This very well could be his last start of this tournament.
Matthews at the plate. 0 for 1 tonight with a K. He got on the other time. Actually, it was a sac fly, I should say, so not an official at-bat. Matthews, just another one of those really solid offensive players for this Wildcats side. Here's the pitch, right down the middle. Count is 0-2. Colin, not a big strikeout number tonight, Carson. It's been mostly getting a lot of balls put in play and a lot of ground balls. The 0-2 bounced. He's got 3 Ks, but, you know, his pitch count's only 67 right now. And that's really giving Huntington a chance to extend him a little bit or maybe pull him early and save him. I don't know. Outside.
It's only 67 pitches. That's incredible. You can get another inning out of him. A few more runs, pass it over the bullpen. That'd be a huge strikeout here.
Yeah, swing and a miss by Matthews on a breaking ball. Now his 4th K of the night. And 2 quick outs again in the top of the 6th. See Colin working out of the windup is kind of a slider, maybe a curveball. We'd have to ask him what he throws. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, he's got another K here today. And he's got a quick 2 outs in the top of the 6th. First pitch to Stavola, bottom of the zone. MJ Stavola, I think he could be on our all-conference name team as well. I just think it's kind of cool baseball name.
Somebody made a list during the NAIA men's basketball tournament of the best names on all 68 teams.
I did see that. 0-2 pitch. To the left side, Wolf's going to come up on it. Sets his feet, throws over, and Stavola is retired. One of the quickest 1-2-3 innings you'll see from a Forester pitcher this year, and it belongs to their ace, Colin. We are on to the bottom of the 6th. Matt Wolf over to first base. Forester's up 6.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Welcome back. It is 7-1. Huntington University currently taking down the Wildcats. If the score stands, the Foresters will go on to the championship game. And the Foresters decided to go with their ace tonight. And it looks like it's a good decision because Graham Collin has really been on his game, Carson.
Yeah, he's been incredible. I mean, just torching hitters right now, all over the zone. You got a little flabbergasted if you were a Forester fan there in the first. He gave a couple base runners, got the run, and you're sitting there like, oh boy. Like, you don't want to say, I'm not going to say, cracked under pressure or anything, but first start, I believe, in a Crossroads League tournament. I think that was the second start, my apologies. He did throw game 1 last year against Bethel. They were saving their ace last year, Cam Dice, for that. But really tough under the lights. But he came back. He hasn't given up a run since. Offense has backed him up. Everything you want.
Yeah, the emotions are really high, especially in a game like this. You have some crazy plays. Both coaching staffs are upset with the call. And it's hard to really control your emotions out there, especially just for a sophomore in Graham Collin. But he's settled in nicely and has put up several zeros in a row. And if he does come back out there, which I'm assuming he will with a low pitch count, he could go 7 innings and put his team in a good spot. Who knows how deep he goes tonight, really. The 1-1. Hit to the left side. This one's hit hard. Wolf has left the yard. The 3rd homer of the night. Make it 2 for the Foresters, excuse me. This one belongs to Matt Wolf as he drills one out of here to left center, and as soon as he hit it, he knew it was gone.
Yeah, they'll take that one for sure. Big old hit. The umpire was saying the entire way that it was fair. This one was a no-doubter. Matt Wolf, a lot of power. Let's take a look. Another hanging breaking ball. Curses the Cougars. Gave a little courtesy run there, but he knew that one was long gone. Hit the driveway.
You can see some of the bullpen arms and bullpen catchers getting some love from Wolf as he rounds the base, and they were awfully excited to go pick that baseball up. Jarrett Gray steps in. So the second homer of the night, I should say. The third of the tournament for the Foresters. And now the HU dugout having a really good time right now, up 8-1 over the Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats.
Yeah, they're buzzing right now. They need to keep this up.
Gray hits one hard right at the center fielder, and in making the diving play is Jeff Morton.
What a play there from Morton. You love to see that. Like we said in the last game, sometimes you get down a lot, you check out. Morton not checking out. Take a look at this one. Gray, like he's a hard hit ball. Some guys would have given up on that. He doesn't. Leaps full extension, makes the grab, keeps it in his glove, and saves a base runner.
Morton with that first step back towards the outfield fence. Then he came in and was able to recover and make the grab. The pitch, too far outside. This is Sebastian Coons. He had the first big swing of the night for either side. That was a grand slam in the bottom of the first.
That changed the entire game.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there. And I believe both home runs for HU have come on breaking balls. Just kind of spinners that stayed in the zone, and Huntington hitters were able to turn on them and poke them out of the park. The pitch. That's a fastball, and it's down. Count 2-1. Feels like it's cooled off a little bit outside as the sun continues to go down. 67 degrees still, and I'll tell you what, Sebastian Coons is about 1,000 degrees at the plate. He's having a really good night.
Yeah, wear some oven mitts when you're handling that bat on the way back. That thing is on fire right now.
He's feeling it at the plate, and I believe it's another breaking ball, and it is, that he lines right up the middle for his second hit of the night. So Sebastian Coons coming to life, and you know, when someone like Ian McCutcheon's struggling in the offense, it's that next man up mentality, and Coons has obviously been able to pick up what McCutcheon has struggled to do here so far in this tournament.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. That grand slam changes the game, gets on base here, gets his courtesy runner.
Malott had a good pitch to hit there. So Olsen staying out there. He's completed 2 innings. He's got 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Malott waits. Olsen's going to throw over. And he's diving back in safely over there. Nick Wiley, pretty good at putting that tag down on the Forester base runners tonight, though. Already 1 pickoff for the staff. Inside. Jordan Malott, 0 for 2. He struck out once. 313 hitter. And I feel like if you look at the Forester lineup, this is kind of one of those guys that can get lost. But then you look at his stats, and he's batting 313.
Yeah, 1 through 9, just doing really well.
That breaking ball stays too high.
Indiana Wesleyan was in control of that second spot almost the entire season. And like I said, it's not going to matter too much regardless if HU finish second or third. They're still getting the home game tonight, quote unquote, but really making a big difference taking that last spot the last day of the season.
Malott turns on a breaking ball, and it's foul. So if you want to hear something very interesting, and I didn't find this on my own, this is from my producer Dylan Herring, so if I'm wrong, you can go to him. Malott is really good friends with Mookie Betts.
Shortstop Mookie Betts now.
Yeah, no joke. He plays all over the place. So Dylan's telling me that he's really good friends with Mookie Betts because of the bowling community, and if you don't know, Mookie Betts is like a 300 bowler. Malott plays baseball tonight, though, and he's hit another home run out of the park for the Foresters. Another long ball, the third of the night for HU, and Malott has put HU up 9 runs now, 10-1. It's all Foresters at Forest Glen Park.
It's a home run parade tonight. Everyone's getting one. That one just stays in the bottom of the zone. You take it for a ride. The bullpen sees it. Why not camp under it? It's a lot of fun. The bullpen's having 9 runs. Now, Thad Frame, obviously very happy with his offense. Now needs to make a really tough decision about Graham Collin.
Mosier now at the plate. Olsen was really pitching well as Mosier wanted one of his own.
Thought we were about to have a long conversation about Mookie Betts, and that one just gets taken away real quick.
Well, Malott looking like Betts at the plate there. I mean, I think the other day Mookie Betts hit like his 36th leadoff homer.
Yeah, he's just insane.
He sure is, and he's good at everything. And right now the Foresters are playing really good baseball. Here's the 0-2. Too far outside.
You look at the trade package the Red Sox got for him to the Dodgers. That has underwhelmed a little bit.
Pitch. Breaking ball again hammered down the left field line. This one is going to stay in the park, and it's caught by Salmon.
Oh, the bullpen was really ready to grab another one there. Mosier 1-1. That one just didn't have enough carry on it. It hasn't really been a favorable home. It hasn't been very many home runs, but they're just traveling out, especially the left field. That's where most of them has been this tournament.
Yeah, we've only had one to right field, and that was Langston Ginder in the first HU game. Deckman at the plate. Here's the pitch, right down the middle. But yeah, we talked about it the first day here. Ryan and I saw a lot of really hard hit baseballs that were not leaving the park. And we kind of thought, this park is known for the ball flying pretty well as Deckman flies this one back off the netting. And now it's like, here come all the home runs, and the Foresters already have 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Deckman. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Olsen drops that one too low. So Deckman now 2 1/3. He's given up 5 earned all of a sudden. 1 K and 2 walks. 10-1 advantage. Deckman waits. Here's the 1-2. Hit hard left side. Engelsman there. Throw across and just in time to get Deckman. The Foresters brought the bats tonight. They're up 10-1. And a big reason why is the long ball. Make it 3 home runs now for the Foresters. They continue to tack on runs. A solo shot, a 2-run homer, a 9-run lead. Top of the 7th up next.
Banking building blocks were assembled. Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
We've got some confirmation for you. Mike Frame, legendary Forester head coach, wanted to let you all know that he believes the home plate umpire was incorrect on that call tonight. So Jarrett Gray, as we were going to have a first pitch in play, Wilson across the diamond, and that will take care of Jenkins very quickly. That's now 3 first pitch outs from Colin, and that's exactly what he needed. So Jarrett Gray had the right to stay in the box. If he were to remove himself from the box and then get into the catcher's way, he would have been called out.
Okay.
So we believe that was the wrong call. Right now it's not mattering too much as the Foresters are up 9 runs. But if you think about that call early in the game, I mean, that was a big part of this game for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if let's just say, could you imagine? Oh, boy. This is a dark timeline, but if Satchel gets thrown out at third there and then gets out on that, it's probably 1-2 right now.
And the count is 1-1. Nick Wiley at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Colin with the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Did he hold it up? He did. Count goes to 2-1. So Colin had that rough first inning, and ever since then, it's really been smooth sailing. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Indiana Wesleyan dugout wondering what they need to do to pick up on Colin on the mound. Here's the pitch. That one's a little high. Colin thought he had the strikeout. Instead, he'll have to throw another pitch.
Yeah, good job by Colin, though. Just didn't react too much. He's been pretty level-headed all of his career. He's not an emotional player.
This one's hit up the middle, and that'll fall for a single from Nick Wiley. So he has a long at bat, and he finds his way on with that base hit.
Now batting center
Good piece of
fielder,
hitting
number
here by
45,
Wiley. He
Jeff Morton.
nearly got jammed, but just got enough on it to sneak it out to McCutcheon. And that'll bring up the lefty, powerful lefty, Jeff Morton. Collins' first pitch. Too high.
Still nobody officially throwing in the pen.
Yeah, it looks like this is Collins' game. I mean,
He has 82 pitches right now, so we'll see if they can get maybe one more out of him. Sent to a closer in the ninth, unless if he has a great top of the eighth.
well, if you think about if he can roll a double play here, he obviously gets 2 outs with 1 pitch. And then he has a really good chance to come out and at least pitch the 8th. And then maybe you go to someone who doesn't have a ton of innings on the year in a 9-run game. Save your big guys for Monday's championship, which could be 2 games. You know, if you're in the winner's bracket, the other team has to beat you twice. Just like your classic tournament double elimination. That top seed gets there and has to be beat twice by the other team. So you want a lot of arms available on that Monday championship day. The pitch, straight back. Morton had a good hack at that one.
Yeah, plus if you win this game, 2 days of rest. That's going to
Exactly.
be huge.
Yeah, tomorrow, I mean, Indiana Wesleyan will have to turn around and play if they were to lose this game.
A lot of baseball left.
Yep. The pitch. And if I'm thinking correctly, I think a couple of teams might have to play 2 games tomorrow. Just based off of what the bracket looks like. I'll tell you here in a second. The pitch, too high. And that is a walk. So Morton heads down to first. And that might get some arms warming up in the Foresters bullpen. So Engelsman is back up at the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. He's made some really good plays at shortstop defensively. And Colin now needs to get back into that groove and find a way to get a few more outs for the Foresters. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. So we know that St. Francis is playing MVNU as you see those bullpen arms starting to get loose. Grant Simmons in the center of the screen there. He went 2 innings yesterday.
Early yesterday, he got a little bit of extra time to rest.
DO1. Good pitch, but too far outside. So MVNU and St. Francis will play the 2:30 game tomorrow. The loser of this game and Spring Arbor will meet at 11 a.m. So whoever loses this one plays at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
That's a tough turnaround.
MVNU will play as this could be 2. Satchel Wilson to Ginder on to first and just in time. 6-4-3 double play, and Colin gets that double play with 1 pitch. Really good turn by the middle. The Foresters head to the 7th inning stretch, up 9 runs, looking to stretch their lead.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Welcome back inside Forest Glen Park. See a lot of fans in red. Not having the night at the ballpark they were expecting. Looking for their boys to make a big comeback. Welcome Preston husband back. Gotta get the phone charged real quick.
Yeah, I know.
It's a long day up here.
Phone getting low, and Some of the emotions low right now for the Indiana Wesleyan crowd. They're hoping for a big comeback, like you said, but Colin gets that ground ball double play, and that might buy him one more inning. Here's the pitch. Satchel Wilson takes a big hack, fouls it into the trees.
Satchel Wilson's going to have a lot of memories about this game.
I was going to say, he's been on 3 times tonight. He had that RBI double, a couple of walks, a few stolen bases, a few runs scored. The pitch, that is a generous outside corner. Sometimes, like we talked about, though, in a 10-1 game, you open up the strike zone, and I don't know, maybe he wants to celebrate tonight at Chavez, like we were talking about.
Oh, impressive.
Foul back.
You're making me hungry.
Cinco de Mayo. Always nice to go grab some Mexican food and celebrate. Here's the pitch. Just inside.
I haven't had Chavez in a long time. I know it's probably packed in there.
I saw the concession stands was doing a Cinco de Mayo special. Did anyone get that up here?
No, I didn't.
No.
I saw it too, $2 for some nachos and cheese.
I know. Walking taco, maybe?
Oh, those were a favorite back in elementary school.
Satchel Wilson pops it up to the right side. Should be easily taken care of, and it will be by MJ Stavala. Quickly turns around, heads back to his spot. Satchel Wilson retired just for the second time today.
A really good day from him. Keeps it going. You want to have him on the base pass. Unfortunately, that one just got under it. Hard hit out to right. Nothing you can do about it.
Talk about a tough day. Ian McCutcheon, a double play ball with the bases loaded. It did produce a run, but no RBI like we talked about if you're scoring at home. And 2 strikeouts as well.
Yeah, double play ball, got picked off, 2 strikeouts. Not the day you want to write down.
But another tremendous year, and he's a big reason why the Foresters are in the spot they're in as he takes another big swing and a miss.
And if the Foresters can hold this lead, he gets a 2.5 days really to think about it.
He doesn't have to go to
Recalibrate.
class anymore, you know, after graduation, so.
The master's degree, I think class is only like once or twice a week.
Oh, exactly. So he's just focused on baseball right now.
I think. Fortunately, you got a master's degree, I think you got to have a full-time job too.
Yeah, you're right about that.
It's pretty tough out here.
Here's a 1-2. Down low. And as Ryan and I were talking about, some of these guys do have full-time jobs. We talked about Jarrett Gray yesterday. He's got his realty license. I guess it was a real estate license, I should say. That's better. Ian McCutcheon working on his masters. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, and McCutcheon's down for the 3rd time tonight on strikes. So really everyone else on the offense has been rolling. McCutcheon a little bit of a slump, but you talk about a Monday championship chance, and it might be McCutcheon who has to come up with that big swing, but a really nice pitch by Olsen to get him out. Ginder steps in, Olsen delivers low. Ginder has not had a ton of pitches to hit tonight, and when he has, both of his balls in play have been in the infield. One for an infield single, another was a reach on air by the pitcher on the mound, Olsen. But they're being awfully careful with Ginder, who obviously has a lot of pop in that bat. 3rd most home runs in the Crossroads League this year. Here's the pitch. Outside. I'm green lighting him here, Carson. 10-1 game.
Yeah, why not? Take a rip at it. 2 outs.
Yeah. If this is right down the middle, you might as well swing out of your shoes. See if he does.
Make contact, though. Don't
Calling
whiff it.
No. Too far outside.
Yeah.
Just wanted you to clip that after the game, if so. Ginder's still way up in the count, 3-1. Here's the pitch. Does hit this one hard to left field, and it's going to slice out of play. Bullpen still kind of chilling. Couple arms getting loose. Ginder looking for another big swing. Here's the pitch. Up the middle, another soft ground ball. This is going to be a tough play for Engelsman. Over and not in time, so that'll be another infield single for Ginder. You know, the powerful Ginder, known for the long ball, hasn't hit the ball out of the infield tonight, and he's been on every single time, Carson.
Yeah, he's just been incredible. I mean, another error here by Indiana Wesleyan. Yep, they will score on an error. That one, once again, he hustles down the line. He thought he was toast, but that one just carries him away, hits off his glove. Then he's trying to make a second effort at it, and it hits his shin.
I don't know if I agree with that official scoring. Maybe I'm just trying to start an argument up here, but I think if Engelsman, as Wolf has now left the yard for the second time tonight, Salmon doesn't even take a look, and it is a Forester beatdown in their home park.
Yeah, another great play by Wolf. I mean, unbelievable. You want to see that right now. Going back on defense, I think it's time to call the dogs off of Graham Collin. I think it's time to go to the bullpen, but Matt Wolf legacy game here tonight. Big old hug between them. That one curved into the zone, and like you said, he just stood there. Nothing you can really do. He knew that was gone. Everyone stood there. Wildcats in utter disbelief.
A tape measure shot there as that bullpen is having a great time. I don't know if you guys saw it on that replay, but Matt Wolf gives the I love you out to his bullpen, and right now, Thad Frames loving his offense. We'll take a short break. It's 12-1. All Foresters down in the Forest Glen. We'll be right back after this break.
State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa's State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats down 11 runs here, 12-1 to the host Huntington Foresters. And it has been the long ball tonight that has really sparked the offense. 4 Forester home runs, 2 of them coming from Matt Wolf. Malat had one as well. And then Sebastian Coons started it all way back in the first. And that'll lead to Indiana Wesleyan making a change out on the mound. This is now their 4th pitcher of the night. And it is number 17, Southpaw Max Ingstrom. 6'1" senior out of Hickory Hills, Illinois. So comes a long way to play college ball at Indiana Wesleyan, and maybe bringing him in for this lefty-lefty matchup against Jarrett Gray.
Yeah, we'll see. Elevated ERA there. See what they're trying to get from him. He needs
He's a quick out is what he needs, Carson.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I was about
at
to.
the end of the day.
I was waiting for the pitch. He needs.
Yeah.
They need 6 outs or 7 outs. My apologies. That's all they need at this point.
Just try to get through this one and hopefully, win 2 games tomorrow, 2 games on Monday, and you're still in the NAIA tournament if you can do that.
It's gonna be a tall task.
It sure will be, especially against the same HU team, which looks to move on to the championship game. You get the extra rest. Your ace does what he's done all year long. And now Jarrett Gray lifts one to right field. This one's back on the warning track, and making the catch in front of it is Stavala. Jarrett Gray gives it a ride. He wanted to join the home run parade, but right now his teammates have picked up the offense. It is 12-1. Jarrett Gray gives one a ride, and right now it's all Foresters. Top of the 8th when we're back.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Graham Collin out there to start the top of the 8th. He's been really stinking good tonight, Carson. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, that being in the first inning. 4 Ks, 1 walk. He's given up 5 hits.
Yeah, I keep saying like, after almost every home run, like, that should be the end of his night. They're just going to leave him out there. I mean, as we mentioned, this probably is it for him unless they make the tournament.
Yeah, he, wants to continue to stay on his routine of pitching every so often. I don't know what the schedule is for Collin. I'm assuming he's the Friday starter in the tournaments most of the time.
Yeah.
Or not the tournaments, the series, I
Regular
should say.
season.
Here's the pitch. New hitter in there now is Bryce Ginder. He's the backup catcher from Carroll High School as well. There's got to be some kind of relation.
Cousins.
Langston Ginder, there you go. Outside. He's batting .330 on the year.
Yep. Carroll family. Langston's dad's the AD.
Yep.
Bryce's dad's the head coach of the baseball team.
There you go. Was Langston's dad the coach before?
I don't recall. I think
Okay.
so, perhaps.
Gotcha. Here's the 0-2. Ginder down swinging. Coons tags him out.
Should be a little bit more familiar with Charger baseball history, but I'm not being an alum at all.
I didn't realize you went to Carroll.
Yes,
even.
I did.
There you go.
Langston and I graduated together.
Good pitch there and a nice block by Coons. The tag applied. And 1 up, 1 down. A quick 3-pitch strikeout. Make that 5 on the night for Collin. Lucas Gooden, potential player of the year in the conference, steps in. Takes a changeup for a strike. Gooden has been emotional tonight on several different occasions.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you have a great season like that. You're holding the 2 seed. Most of the year, you give it up the last day. You come down here, they're hosting the tournament. You got on 3-1 earlier in the season. You think you have another chance to knock them off here tonight, and you're getting blown out.
It's got to be frustrating, as now he's more frustrated being down 1-2 in the count. But you can't take anything away from Gooden's year. And here again tonight, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Lined up the middle, and he continues to hit. Now 2 for 4 on the night. And Gooden trying to spark a late rally. Obviously, 11-run deficit is awfully tough to come back from.
Crazy things have happened, but good hit here. Let's see what Collin really tried for that one. I mean, that was tough. It was right back at him. Those are always scary on the first blink when you're the pitcher. Got his glove up, tried to knock it down and leaves. No can do. I think he'll take the base runner, hoping to turn another double play here.
Collin throws over to first. The speedy Gooden dives back.
Yeah, you gotta try to send him at this point. Try to get a little bit of momentum, get your offense sparked ready for tomorrow morning.
Pitch just low. That pitch has been called tonight, but not there.
Surprised with the probably expanded zone right now.
Or it was called a strike. Excuse me. As that one's a swing and a miss. Throw down to first is not in time. So the count's 0-2. I missed that one on the first pitch.
Umpire wasn't exactly
I think Coons was blocking him a little bit as well. 0-2. Down in the turf. Collin from the stretch comes set. The pitch to the left side, foul. Wolf has been obviously solid at the plate, but has made some really good plays defensively as well. I like that you call it his legacy game. Definitely not something he'll forget anytime soon. 2 home runs and has really lifted the chances of his team getting to the Crossroads League Championship.
Yeah, that's a running joke between Ryan and I. I always like to say guys having a legacy game, or even sometimes you look at a guy who even came off the bench and maybe had 5 points but helped us out. Like, oh, that was the legacy game for this player.
That's awesome.
The one that really gets to Ryan is that one's gonna hit him.
Collin plunks Salmon, and not what he wanted to do.
No. I'll tell Ryan, like a random player, probably MVP candidate. Take a look at this one here. Hits him in the back. Not gonna feel good, but he'll take the free bag.
Coach Brian Abbott will stroll leisurely out to the mound and have a talk with Colin. This is the first mound visit of the night for the Foresters coaching staff. And right now, you know, just telling Colin, you've already pitched a heck of a game. Just find a way to get these next two out, and we'll probably go to the bullpen for the last inning. Obviously, the lead's not in jeopardy right now. But Colin looking for maybe another one of those double plays that he picked up there in the 7th inning.
Talk about slam proof. This is quadruple slam proof just about.
I was going to say, one more Huntington run, you'd have to hit 3 grand slams to tie it up.
Yeah. Oh, yep, some guys warming up here in the pen.
Well, you know, IWU does play football, so they could maybe score a touchdown, go for 2, and kick a field goal.
Even that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
You didn't factor in the onside kick.
Exactly. I don't think Huntington's planning on adding a football team anytime soon.
It was considered years ago.
Yeah?
That abandoned Kmart across the street was almost a football stadium.
Yeah, now I've heard it's going to be a Roll King, but that's not happened either. Big swing and a miss by Matthews.
That property's been in limbo since I came here.
Yeah. I remember going there when it was a Kmart. But I've also lived here forever, so. The 0-1 pitch. Pop to the right side. You know, since we've talked about Chavez so much, we might as well continue. Chavez used to be a Long John Silver. It used to be a hot dog stand. And now it's really stuck around to become a staple of Huntington. Pick move, nothing there. I mean, if we're out of here in time tonight, there's a chance. Just saying.
You're really tempting me.
Collins sets at the waist. Here's the pitch. A little too high.
I think we're giving a little bit too much free advertising here, Preston.
Yeah, I know. I need to stop.
You could also go to a great establishment like Salsa Grill.
Exactly, Salsa Grill. First Federal Savings Bank.
Pippin State Bank.
Yep, here's the pitch. Breaking ball softly hit. Gonna be a tough play. Over to first and not in time. Graham Collin did all he could, but it's an infield single and now the bases are loaded.
Yeah, take a look at this one here. Kept that one right over the plate. Usually you'd like a little bit more contact on a pitch that good, but he's not the best throw there.
And I'm not sure even if the throw is there, if Collins able to retire the batter getting down the line hard. You know, for a big guy in the box, getting down the line really hard there was Ty Matthews. MJ Stavola up now from the windup and the pitch. Hit hard to center field. Ian McCutcheon right on it. He's going to make the grab. IWU will grab another run, but the most important part for HU is Collins got another out. Stavola with the sac fly, and that is how IWU scored both their runs here tonight, Carson, is a little bit of small ball and a sac fly here to make it a 10-run game.
That one outside of the plate, McCutcheon had a perfect beat on it. I mean, they're willing to concede that runner. You know, this is a much closer game. You try to gun him down like that.
So Collin just one pitch away from going 8 innings. Colby Jenkins at the plate, the wide stance, the pitch.
Herculean
outside.
Performance here from Collin tonight.
Yeah, this has been one of the better pitching performances, maybe the best we've seen in this tournament. And you'd expect that from your 7-1, 2.63 ERA ace. The pitch. Breaking ball, left side foul.
You got to remember, he's only a sophomore. He's only going to get better.
Exactly. I mean,
these next 2 years could be really good for Huntington. They're losing a lot of really good players, but a lot of guys in the pipeline ready to go too.
I was going to say, it seems like they'll have another good recruiting class coming in next year.
Yeah, but losing Langston Ginder is going to be tough.
For
Losing
sure.
Sasha Wilson is going to be tough.
Ian McCutcheon.
You're losing your top of your lineup this year.
Jarrett Gray.
Yep. They've had a good run.
Here's the pitch. Outside.
Collin on the mound making sure that their run doesn't end too soon.
Yes, sir. He's done a really nice job here tonight. Jenkins has had a decent night at the plate, 1 for 3. Collin sets and pitches. Hit off to the right side. Jenkins thought he had another pitch to hit, but instead it's 2-2.
Yeah, Colin really liked the strikeout here.
Yeah, that would be icing on the cake. If he can get his 6K of the night, he's going for 8 strong innings. And before he does that, Sebastian Coons wants to have a chat with him.
Yeah, save their Huntington saved their mound visits
Yep.
till later in this one. It's worked out quite well for them.
Colin's really been in cruise control ever since that first inning. He gave up the 1. And in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, he gave up no runs, and then 1 here in the 8th. So it's really just been a few different swings that have cost him those 2 runs. But right now, he's trying to give his team 8 strong innings. The 2-2 outside, and now the runners will get a head start. Sebastian Coons lets his defense know to hold their position on the infield and throw the ball across. 3-2, top of the 8th, 10-run lead. Colin gets a pop-up to the right side. Deckman under it, and what a performance by the sophomore, Graham Collin.
Yeah, give him his flowers. If you got roses, throw them at his feet. Unbelievable performance by him. You'd really like to see that. Take a look here. I went outside, not much. Deckman making a good read on it. That one gets down. A little bit of batted ball luck on that big deep fly that Deckman couldn't rally in earlier. And now we'll go to the bottom of the 8th.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Graham Collin, a great performance. Number 34, the sophomore for the Foresters. Talk about a legacy day. Take a look at what he did today against this Wildcats lineup. 8 strong innings, and he just mowed down this IWU lineup all night long, and his teammates got to feel awfully happy with that performance.
Yeah, you got to love it. I mean, they helped him out too. They really carried a lot of the load there, made it a lot easier on him to not face pressure, just get the ball out over the plate. Really a complete team performance for the Foresters tonight. They got to finish it off, though. Don't get too lackadaisical.
Yep, still want to play sharp baseball here. As staying on the mound is Engstrom. Lefty for the Wildcats. As I mentioned, he is the 4th pitcher of the day. Believe it or not, his name is not on the pronunciation list, so we're going to go with Engstrom. Engstrom? What do you think?
Engstrom, we'll go with Engstrom.
Engstrom, okay.
Can't keep his hat on for some reason.
Yeah, it's that flow, that lettuce that we talked about yesterday. Hudson, one of our cameramen up here, he's got some of the best lettuce I've seen on campus. You won't see him, but he's doing a great job along with the rest of our folks behind the scene.
I don't know what's going on with that hat. Kind of
I don't
confusing
know.
at this point.
I mean, Hudson's got a hat on. I haven't seen it fall off. Literally all 3 days we've been here, right?
Yeah. Our graphics girl, Miranda.
3-1 pitch. A little too high. So we'll walk there from Engstrom. We'll put Coons on. Yeah, if you tuned in for baseball tonight, we have been talking about it. But in a 12-2 game, it looks like the Foresters are in charge, and they are, with Malak coming up. And the last time he was up, he sent one out of the park.
Yeah, it's been a home run parade so far for the Foresters.
Here's the pitch on the outside corner. You know, some people are blessed with hair and some people aren't. I'm one of those people. I've got a few years to go, I think. Engstrom throws it a little too high.
I live in constant fear. Both my grandparents and
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad are bald, so I'm holding strong though. I'm hoping
Yep.
I got my mom's hair.
We're in trouble, Carson.
We are.
Engstrom sets.
Come for, the,
Malott waits. Here's the pitch. Outside corner.
come for the baseball, stay for the fear of aging.
Exactly. Malott, 313 on the year. He does have that homer tonight. 2 runs knocked in on 1 swing. The pitch. Outside. You know, the crowd is stuck around.
Yeah.
It's not like an NBA game. You go and half the crowd sneaks out. I guess some seats have emptied. Pitch. Malott fouls it back.
Yeah, really tough, and I think one thing that unfortunately you have to contend with this time in postseason, no matter what the sport, some of these parents are put hours, years of their lives into this kid's play, make it to this level, and they're one loss away from it being over for good.
Engstrom gets a line drive to the third baseman. This could be 2, and it is after a nice pick by Nick Wiley. Gooden at the hot corner makes the really nice catch and then throws over to Wiley. And that will be a quick double play.
Yeah, you really like to see that there. And, you know, Wesley, not just a liner right to him, and he was hung out to dry. Like to stay a little bit closer to the base there for future reference. Obviously not a huge deal right now, but
Mosier up. 297 hitter.
if it comes up again, you know, stay a little bit closer to the bag.
Yeah, they tell you to freeze on the line drive, but that one was hit so hard that I think it may have caught Gooden instead of Gooden catching it. But either way, it's a double play. Mosier fouls it straight back.
Yeah, great heads-up play there from Gooden, too.
For sure.
Not, you know, he could have, like you said, it might have got him before he got it. And he realized, hey, look at that. First base wide open. Nice little throw over there. Double him up, help your pitcher out.
Engstrom with the pitch. Hit hard to the left side, heading back on it, and having a beat and making the play is Evan Solman. Another Forrester puts one way out in the outfield. This one stays in the park, and it retires the side. We head to the final frame. It's all Huntington University. When we come back, 12-2.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Now pitching for the Foresters, number 31.
A demoralized Indiana Wesleyan dugout, as they did not have their best stuff tonight. It was a lot of different pitchers for them, Carson, and that Huntington offense kind of jumped on every opportunity they were given.
Yeah, no one's really had a good night at the mound wearing gray and red tonight. You get those games, you got to recover, though. This is an incredibly quick turnaround. You got about a half hour to 45-minute drive back home, get back to you wherever you're staying right now, go to bed and pick up early. You got a big one tomorrow.
So we have a different pitcher out there for the Foresters after Graham Collin goes 8 really strong innings, gives his team a huge advantage, and obviously the run support was quite friendly from his folks in the dugout and at the plate. So let's pull up some statistics on our next pitcher for the Foresters. It is number 31, Adam Oxley, 28 innings, 4.45 ERA, good numbers. 6-0 on the year, how about that?
There you go. Well, Colin obviously in line for the win,
Yeah,
but hey, save here, 3-out save. You got to
Oxley before Huntington was at Wabash College, which is not in Wabash, is it?
I don't even know.
It's not, I'm just
All I know is
quizzing you.
it's an all-men's college.
It is, you're right about that.
That's all I know about it.
Yep. Pretty good basketball team, D3
Yes.
athletics.
Yes, they have a nice football team too.
All right, we got a little stoppage here. So can umpires get disengagements? Because that should count as one, I think. You know?
How they make the rules.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the pitch. Oxley, low on his first. He's an infielder on the roster, so
Position player pitching.
pretty remarkable from Oxley. I'm assuming that is meant to be pitcher because he has 6 wins with a 4.45 ERA.
Yeah.
You know, Oxley probably just wants to work on his stuff right now. Try to have a clean inning against Wiley starting it off. The pitch inside, and it hit him. So it won't be a clean inning.
Not yet. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Some guy's still getting warm up there in case anything starts getting really wrong. He tried to get out of the way of that one.
Right on the knee.
He did everything he could. That's not going to feel great.
Not at all.
Number 45, Jeff Morton.
It's kind of like when you go to the doctor and they hit you with that mallet.
It's a good thing they don't hit you with a melon at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, you're right. Morton with the pitch. Right down the middle. Swings and misses. Morton had a pitch to hit there.
You're going to go to the doctor and pitcher comes in. All right.
Bring in Aroldis Chapman. The pitch. Another swing and a miss.
Aroldis Chapman on the Royals right now. That was a surprising signing. We'll see if he's see where the Royals are at the trade deadline. He might be a nice trade piece for us, contending team.
Too low, and the runner's off, and it will swipe second on the wild pitch.
Gets away from the double play there. Oxley says, hey, that's my bad.
You know, Chapman's back to throwing like 104 this year.
Yeah, something went wrong last year, I think, mentally for him, but spike here.
There's been a lot of things go wrong for Chapman over the past few years.
Yeah.
But nothing going wrong here tonight for the Foresters. Morton at the plate. 1-2 count, that's a balk.
Yep.
We've seen everything, guys. I can't make it up. We've literally seen everything throughout this baseball tournament. 2 pitchers dropping the ball on the mound. And
Here comes Coach Frame. I wonder if that's the end of his night.
I wouldn't assume so. Maybe just coming out to kind of calm him down and see what's going on. It's probably just Coach Frame telling him to lock in and realize, you know, we know we're going to win this game, but we need you to still have a positive outing, a little smirk at the end.
Yeah, nice little chest pump there.
So Coach Thad Frame will head back to the dugout.
Yeah, two pitchers still warming up just in case, but like you said, I mean, it'd be really difficult for the Foresters to blow this one.
1-2 pitch. Oxley looking for his first K of the night. Line to the left side, heads up. Not a play.
You really want to keep that one out of the creek because if those balls get waterlogged, they're officially out of commission.
Out of commission.
I've grabbed a couple from the creek. It's coming down here. And, oh, take a ball home for a souvenir.
A 13-pound baseball.
Yeah.
Hard hit ball to the right side. That's going to get through for a hit. Third run of the night for the Wildcats. Run knocked in for Morton as Wiley scampers home. And so Oxley faces 2 batters and gives up 1 run.
Yeah, really good hit there. That one scorched to the gap in the infield. Deckman makes a good play on it. Out there in the outfield, just gets in front of it. They want to think about getting 2 here. It's not the bleeding. We'll see what kind of leash he has. Lead's still not terribly in jeopardy, but
Pitch, low.
you really don't want to get in a place where it's double slam proof right now.
It sure is.
So
Engelsman at the plate.
like I said, it'd be incredibly difficult, especially having used a bullpen arm all night. If anything wrong happens, you know, if he gets another base runner, let alone another run, you know, I think that's an easy pull right there. Hey, sorry you didn't have it tonight. Let's just close this one out. We need 3 outs from somebody.
Pitch, breaking ball in there. It's now a 1-2 count.
And even if they get 9 runs, the offense cuts back up anyways. And it's going to be a little tough there even, 'cause that'd be pretty demoralizing.
Here is the pitch. Too low. Yeah, I think that, you know, if you're Oxley, obviously you're not going to give up the lead here, but you still want to be sharp because what if you need to come in and start on Monday or something like that? Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Engelsman down. Oxley's first K and the first out of the 9th.
Yeah, really good pitch here. That curveball doing him a lot of good. Quick wind up there. That one in the inside corner. Takes a big rip at it. Now if you're Oxley, try to induce a grounder here. Get out of this one.
Oxley, potentially a pitch away. He's 2 outs away. We know that. And it looks like we have a pinch
Now batting
hitter.
for the Wildcats, pinch hitter number
Let's
4,
check it out.
Thompson.
It is Thompson, who has pinch ran a few times in this tournament, this time getting his first chance to swing it. Freshman outfielder from Greenville, Indiana. I wonder how many cities in Indiana start with green.
Quite a few.
Quite a few. Greenwood, Greenville. I guess that's probably it. The pitch. Hit to the left side. This could be two. Fox, Ginder to first, not in time. And now the Foresters are down to one more out and one batter away potentially from reaching the Crossroads League Championship. And it's probably been a long time coming for some of these seniors, Carson.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they went to the championship game last year. Unfortunately, fell to the Trojans, but they're out of the picture now.
Satchel Wilson, one of those guys that feels like his team deserves a championship, and he's 1 out away from at least getting 2 chances to win it, because Huntington will have to be beaten twice on Monday since they're in the winner's bracket.
Haven't won since 2017. It's a long time for these guys.
Big swing and miss.
Nobody from 2017 still here, I assume.
You never know.
Yeah,
with
as
the
far
COVID
as
rules.
I know.
8th-year seniors and stuff. Gooden, the last chance. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the Foresters are on to Championship Monday. 12-3 victory, a tremendous pitching performance by the Foresters staff. The offense did plenty, and they will have a chance for the first time since 2017 to win another title.
Yep, that's great. They stay in the winner's bracket. That's going to be the biggest thing for them. They're incredibly happy. Everyone contributed tonight. Grand Colin with a legacy game, as I like to say. Everyone contributed. Let's take a look here.
It was an early start for Indiana Wesleyan. They had the first run of the night, but after that, it was all Foresters. You look at the top of the first, sac fly, and then here comes the home run parade. Sebastian Coons with the grand slam, and then after that, the floodgates were opened up, and the Forester offense stayed hot.
Yeah, once you cracked the bottle, there was no stopping it. Matt Wolf, 2 long ones on the night. There's one right there. That's a tape measure. That one goes back to the drive-through. Shouts out the bullpen both times. How about another one there? That, like I said, that one also to the driveway. Nobody even really gave it a long look.
That's the final run there from Indiana Wesleyan on a couple sac flies. But you cannot say enough about sophomore Graham Collin. He was dialed in tonight, and he really took care of business. Jordan Malott joined the action. It was just a party here for the Foresters. They're in their home park, and they felt at home tonight at the plate, and Collin was feeling good on the mound.
Yeah.
That'll finish it up here tonight. 3 long baseball games. The Foresters, host team, on to Championship Monday. For Indiana Wesleyan, they'll have to scratch and claw to make it there tomorrow. 3 more baseball games at Forest Glen Park tomorrow. We want to thank you all for tuning in. We want to thank our producer, replay, camera people, and graphics here tonight. I gave them enough shout-outs. We'll talk about them again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
For Preston Husband and Carson Watkins, this has been another production of FDN Sports.